What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new show, ladies and gentlemen, called the Camp Nou Confidentials, ladies and gentlemen. This is a brand new Barca show I'm going to be bringing to the channel, where I'm going to be talking about all the latest news and my opinions on everything Barcelona, on Barca players, on Barcelona, basically playing for Barcelona or not playing for their countries or any of those things, guys. But big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. And by the way, guys, I will be having a panel here. So it's not just going to be me, guys. We will be having a panel. Big up to every single one of you. Big up to my guy Rafi. Big up to you, bro. How you doing? Yo, Harvard's man says this time I'm early. Hey, big up to you, man. Big up to you for being here, man. But listen, guys. This is going to be, like I said, a brand new show. It's not going to be just about transfers or any of that. I'm going to be talking about my opinions on so many news coming out of Barcelona, as far as, like, especially during the international break, you know, things that are connected to the Barca players and everything else. And as you guys can see, guys, there's a lot of news I want to talk about. I want to get into the Lamine Yamal. I want to talk about Luis Díaz. It's like time in the international break. I want to talk about the Ter Stegen situation with him, right? What that could cost for us, right, in the club and everything else around it. And also, I'll be talking about Joan Garcia, how I expect his impact is going to be at the club. But if you guys like that, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and yeah, man, let's get this started. Obviously, guys, I do want to start, first of all, right? Big up to every single one of you guys. Big up to my guy Havers. Big up to every single one of you who are watching this from YouTube. Make sure you guys smash the likes. And for those of you guys who are watching from Twitter as well. But listen, I do want to, first of all, guys, start by talking about something that's been going on for some reason on social media recently, right? And I really want to go into detail about this, right? Very quickly. I want to talk about Lamine Yamal, ladies and gentlemen. Lamine Yamal. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen social media recently, guys, but for some reason, Yamal has been the center of attention, right, all over social media. Everyone has been talking about Yamal. And one thing I've noticed during this time, right, with everything that's been going on in social media, for me, what worries me, it's the increasing hate that Yamal has been getting recently, right? And look, I'm not sitting here saying that Yamal is going to be liked by everyone, right? Yamal is going to be loved by everyone. No. See, in football or in anything in life, if you're the best in the world at what you do, you're always going to get haters, guys. It is the most natural thing, right? Even YouTube, don't get it twisted. The more subscribers you have, the more bigger you get, the more known you are, you're going to have people that like you, and then there's always going to be people that are going to be wishing on your downfall. So it's in everything in life, right? But for me, guys, I need to really get into some of the Yamal hate, right? Because it's very, very funny when you really take your time, take a step back and actually see a lot of the reasons why a lot of these people don't like Yamal, and then a lot of the reasons why they go at Yamal the way they do. It's actually like very, very embarrassing in a way, right? Just how much a kid of this ilk, right, can trigger so many people. It really is amazing, right? And what really gets to me is a lot of the people that hate Yamal, they think that Yamal is arrogant. They say that he is very self-obsessed, he talks too much, he does all of this, he does all of that. And I have my opinions on all of that. And first of all, I just want to start by saying these are my opinions, right? You don't have to like my opinions. That's up to you. But I'm just going to say my piece. And this is what I think when it comes to Yamal's situation. Not everyone is going to like him. I am well aware of that. I'm not sitting here saying that everyone should love the kid. But this idea that people have of Yamal, that he's arrogant, really, to me, never made sense. I've never understood it, right? Because a lot of the reasons why people hate Yamal is apparently because he talks too much, right? Because he talks too much, apparently, right? So, and for me, I'm just sitting there, right? I'm like, okay, so why does he talk too much, right? What is he saying that is triggering people? For many people, they say, well, he's someone who likes to hype himself up. he likes to hype himself or do any of these stuff. I'm sorry. I'm someone who is very objective when it comes to players out of my club and players inside of my club. Lamine Yamal is a guy who believes in himself. He always like give himself, he believes in his abilities. He believes what he can do. He likes to put his neck out there and says what he thinks. And I've realized very early that people don't like human athletes or people who say their piece, come out and say what they think, and basically why is my chat, what's going on with my chat? I can't see some of your chat. I don't know why I can't see some of your chats, guys. What is going on? Give me a second, guys. Let me fix this. Big up to my guy Jonas here, man. Big up to you, Jonas. Give me a second.
Big up, bro. How you doing, man?
Anyways, yeah. My chat wasn't working earlier, but listen, before I get to you, Jonas, right? I'm just gonna say what I have to say and get it out of quickly, okay, guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
People hate on Lamine Yamal because firstly, people think that he talks too much. People say that he's arrogant. People say he's self-obsessed. And sometimes I'm someone, like I mentioned, who likes to read the room. I'm always someone that goes, okay, let me go and actually see what these guys are talking about, right? And most of the time what I see from Yamal is him saying things like getting ready for a game, getting hyped for a game, right? Getting hyped and saying, ready for this game, or doing this or saying that. Yeah. And everything that this kid does triggers these people. Now, let me just start by saying this. There are two types of people that hate Yamal. Number one is PSG fans. PSG fans hate Yamal, not because Yamal is arrogant. They're just rattled. That's just it. They are rattled because all of a sudden, they want their player, their golden boy, their baby, Dembele, to win the Ballon d'Or. You understand what I mean? Right? Yeah. So anytime Yamal is on the pitch, they are instantly triggered by his presence. You understand what I mean, right? They're instantly triggered. Anytime he scores, they're scared. Every time he dribbles, they're scared. Every time he says a word, they're scared. You understand what I mean, right? You have no idea how happy some of these PSG fans were when he had that stinker against Spain. Bro. And I was on social media listening to some of these people, and I'm like, bro, I have never seen a bunch of grown-ass people be so hateful, man. It's actually very, very funny. It was hilarious to watch the way some of these people are triggered, right? But I just want to talk about some of the things, right? Like this. Now, this is something that Yamal posted today. You know what's funny about this? He said they complain about the bad ones and abuse the good ones. Now, the funny thing is, someone is gonna find this story right here and instantly have a problem with it. Oh, see what I told you all. See, we were telling you this guy is so arrogant. This guy is so, how dare you say these things? How dare you say these things? Look, here's the thing. Footballers are human beings. I hate to break this news to you all, but footballers are human beings. Footballers have a voice. They can say what they want to say. Just because you don't like a player doesn't mean the player has to be sit there and muted. I feel like sometimes that's really what is embarrassing about some of these people, right? They expect footballers to be robots. If this is the thing, bro, footballers are robots. Footballers have feelings.
Bro, I've been saying this so long.
Footballers have a voice. They can say what they want. You don't have to like it. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
People used to sit there and criticize Cristiano for the same thing. Let me tell you something about Cristiano. I never hated Cristiano for saying he was the best in the world or saying that he was the greatest of all time. I never hated him for that. There's nothing wrong with believing that you're the best. And if that pushes you to be a better footballer, then bro, by all means, do your thing. You understand what I mean, right? Because sometimes footballers like to set goals for themselves. They like to set standards for themselves that this is where they are, and they push themselves to go to that level. You understand what I mean? Right? Some people are like that. Cristiano Ronaldo is clearly someone from a young age, since I've always known Cristiano, because I'm someone that watched football so early. I remember Cristiano's early years as a footballer, right? Cristiano Ronaldo has always been a guy who's always believed in his abilities, right? He's always said, bro, I remember, was it in 2007? I think it was in 2007, they were asking Cristiano Ronaldo at a young age, who do you think the greatest of all time is? They asked him, they asked Vidic, they asked Rio. Rio said it was Maradona. Vidic said it was Maradona, and Ronaldo said it was me. He said, me. This is Ronaldo. Let me remind you all. This is Ronaldo in 2007 before he even won the Ballon d'Or.
He was like, what, 22?
Imagine what people were probably saying to him around that time. But here's the funny thing. Looking back now and looking at what the player he's become, he was clearly someone who used that belief to always make himself better. You understand what I mean? But for some reason, people look at Yamal, who, by the way, Yamal has never called himself the best player in the world. Yamal has never said, I'm the greatest thing in Spanish football. He's never sat there and said, I'm the best right winger in the world, that no one can touch me, that I'm going to win the Ballon d'Or, that I should win the Ballon d'Or. This is not things that he even said. The closest thing he's ever mentioned to the Ballon d'Or is him saying, if the game against France is going to determine the Ballon d'Or, then I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
and people got triggered because he said that. Because how dare you basically believe in yourself? And I'm just sitting there like, dude, what is wrong with these people?
You know what I say about it? Like, Omar, you know what I'm saying about the Lamine Yamal? Like, you could call it hate, call it whatever you want. But, like, the Lamine Yamal criticism, what I said about it is that, bro, you know what? I don't care for this at all, Omar. The reason why is because these same fans, let's be real, Madrid fans, and not only Madrid fans, just rival fans who just disliked Messi and Neymar. Messi was super, super, super humble. They still hated him. Neymar, I'm gonna be honest. Neymar, they portrayed him as a diva. Neymar did not talk as much as Lamine Yamal, and they still hated him. So if they hated our humble superstars, I knew they were gonna hate Lamine Yamal. It was a matter of time, And finally, right, they're doing it. And I was calling this last year. I was saying, yo, I remember speaking with NJ, who might be joining the show. I was like, yo, NJ, give it 1-2 years. I'm surprised it happened right now. I said, give it 1-2 years. Lamine Yamal posts a lot on Instagram. People are going to start hating on this guy because Neymar and Messi, they never did that, and they got so much hate regardless. So I don't really care for it. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was coming.
It is. I'm big up to every one of you guys in the chat. It says, what is going on with the Yamaha? What's going on with the Yamaha? Roberts, that is the same thing I always ask. Now, you're a Madrid fan, right? Obviously, Madrid fans will always laugh at any Barcelona player that has a stinker. That is not them. That's like, I don't even hold that to heart when they do that, right? Because here's the thing. If Vinny has a stinker, you can be damn sure I will be there to hate. But that's the thing. That's because he's a Madrid player. Not because I hate the guy. Not because I have a person. Like, let me be clear. I don't like Vinny. I do not like Vinny, right? However, this is the thing. I don't go to social media, or I don't go to every single show that I go to purposefully to hate on Vinny. You understand what I mean, right? Because at the end of the day, bro, I don't care about the guy that much to have to be thinking about him having stinkers 24/7 or any of these stuff. You understand what I mean, right? I don't care enough about it. I will tell you right now, the reason I don't like Vinny is because of the kind of guy he acts when he doesn't get what he wants. He's bratish. He acts spoiled when he doesn't get what he wants. I don't like that about him. But I have never in my life ever questioned his talent, his self-confidence, his belief in himself, the fact that he gets abused, the fact that he's gone through racist incidents. All of these things I've never denied, because these are all facts, right? Two things can be correct. Just because you don't like a footballer doesn't mean all of a sudden everything that they do is all of a sudden, you should be downgraded. You understand what I mean, right? Look at this. This is the point that I was trying to make. This is the biggest one. Listen to this guy. What absolute. I'm gonna start. I don't care. I'm just naming and shaming people on this chat, on this show. Look at what this brother said. He said he's the most arrogant player in football history. I wish nothing but the worst for him. Honestly speaking, I would rather see Yamal fail than see myself succeed.
Yo, this has to be a troll. Omar, I don't believe it. Like, when people say stuff like, I'd rather see him fail than see myself succeed, like, brother, do you even care about your own life at that point? That's actually hilarious, bro.
Let me cook, because I will let you all have your opinion on what this absolute clumpet said. Let me tell you something about some of these people, right? Number one, my brother, whoever you are, I don't care if you're watching this, I hope you're watching, because I'm doing this on Twitter. I hope you're watching this, okay? Fix your life up, brother. Seriously, fix your life up, bro. Because My brother, you are actually pathetic. Like, what's the purpose of your life, bro? On the real, what is your purpose? What is the purpose of your life? You are spending time on Twitter, right? Hating on a 17-year-old that doesn't even know that you exist. Like, this brother doesn't even know that you're alive. You think Vinicius knows who I am? This is why I don't care enough about him to always hate on him 24/7. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't know who I am.
Facts.
Like, this guy is earning millions. He doesn't care about what a guy from Atlanta, Georgia cares about what a guy from Atlanta, Georgia thinks about him. You understand what I mean, right? But this guy, yeah, I said it. I made a video about this, but I didn't have a chance to upload it. But I'm gonna say this now. My brother, you are pathetic. What is your life? What is the point of your existence, bro? Like, do you just live just to hate, bro? Like, you know what's funny? You're calling him the most arrogant player in football history, bro. You know what the funny thing about you is fraudulent? Look at who you have in your profile picture. I'm going to name and shit. Look at his profile picture, Jonas, NJ. Look who he has in his profile picture, bro.
Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. Listen,
This
brother.
man right here. You see this man right here? He, for over 15 years of his career, was called the most arrogant footballer in the world, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, they used to call him selfish too, bro.
He used to tell people he was the best. He used to tell people he was the greatest. He was the kind of guy who, when he didn't win an award, wouldn't even attend the award. He was the guy who was sitting there hating on the Ballon d'Or because he realized he didn't win it the most. He was the guy that was doing all of these stuff. But the funny thing is, bro, this same guy is your hero, but you call this guy arrogant? Respectfully, bro, what is the point of your existence, man? You are actually a sad person, man. You really are. You really are. And you really need to be ashamed of yourself on the real, bro. You really need to be, because at the end of the day, bro, these are grown-ass men. And I'll put it out there, man. These are grown-ass men who are hating on a child, bro. A child. Like, everything that I see from Yamal now, and I know I've been talking a lot, but I'm going to let you all have your say. But the problem with a lot of people that hate Yamal, I think sometimes people forget that they're talking to a teenager. Bro, this guy is 17, bro. This is a kid. Let me tell you what Yamal would have been doing if he wasn't a footballer. Yamal would be currently in his final grade in high school. That is how young Yamal is. Yamal has done more in his young years, right, than many footballers have done in their lifetime. And because he's done so much at such a young age, people instantly have forgotten that they're talking to a kid anymore. They forgot. Because let me tell you something. Yamal is the same age as my younger sister. My younger sister is in high school right now. She's the same age as Yamal. You understand what I mean? Like, yeah. This is levels here. Everything that Yamal does, he's acting like his age. When he sits there, takes his hat, put it backwards, or he's putting down his shoe. Now, these are not things I agree with. These are not things I agree with. But I'm telling you, every single mannerism he's doing is everything that a teenager of his age is doing. You understand what I mean, right? It's the same thing you will see a 17-year-old in the streets doing. You understand what I mean, right? But all of a sudden, people expect this 17-year-old to act like an adult. Why? Because he's in the spotlight. Bro, he's a kid. He's a kid that is going to act like a kid. You understand what I mean? Every one of us here, right? Every one of us here. NJ, Jonas, let me tell you all something. I'm in my late 20s. 10 years ago, I was the same age as Lamine. You think that I'm the same guy that I was 10 years ago? Do you think I am? Do you think I don't look back at my teenage years and look back on some of the things I was doing and said, yeah, that was stupid. That was something, these are all stupid stuff I used to do when I was a kid. Do you think I wasn't? And do you think that if Yamal in 10 years from now is going to look at some of the things he'd be doing now and said, oh yeah, that was embarrassing? He would.
He will.
But yeah,
come
listen,
on, bro.
I've said a lot now. You guys can have your say. Go ahead.
Yeah, NJ, by the way, you're muted, bro. You're muted.
You're muted, bro.
Yeah, no. I'm just eating right now. That's why I'm muted.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Jonas. You just have your say.
I mean, to be honest, bro, once again, like, I'm not too surprised, like, by the criticism. Like, I knew, like, let's be real, Lamine Yamal, he always backs his talk. Like, he talks the talk, then he walks the walk. I knew the one time that he didn't perform, he was going to get cooked, bro. I knew it because, listen, I see this guy, bro. Even in our games, Omar, when we're winning, bro, and like he's trying so hard to score a goal. Like NJ, remember the watch longs back in the day, like on my channel, I would be like, yo, like he's trying to score for the Instagram post because this guy, I know what he's on, bro. You know, this guy's a 17-year-old kid. You know, he probably cares about his Instagram. He cares about his story, right? I'm not too surprised, but I mean, to be honest, the criticism, it is where it is. I don't really care. Like I said, this is the same people that hated on Messi, who was very humble, who hated on Neymar, who, in my opinion, was humble. Neymar was not a diva. They made that up. The guy likes to party. Is that a diva? No. You know, they listen. They're hating on Lamine. I'm not surprised one bit. You know what I'm saying? I know he's a kid, but I don't think they care, bro. So it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think, honestly, though, Omar, it'll make him stronger. I do think it's going to make him stronger. Remember the game that PSG, when we got knocked out to them, he said, we will be back. Look how he's responded this season. His individual game got 5 times better, and also we won trophies. I think that this is going to make him stronger again, bro. I'm not too worried about it.
Dude. The worst thing is, right? A lot of these people that always come at Yamal, I sit there and I watch them, bro. You know, even when he said that, when he said, "Yeah, we'll be back," you knew there was someone who probably hated him for saying that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what? He's not humble. He's not humble. He should.
No, but
You know what he should do? He should cry. Go cry. Go sit in the corner and cry like a little bitch. Go do that. Now go do that, because clearly that's what we want. The Yamal tears. We want you to cry, bro. That's what we want. We don't want you to say you'll be back. We don't want you to take it up in the chin.
Yeah, man. When you look at it though, like, yeah, it's stupid that they're complaining about Yamal 70, bro, because they know that in few years, he's gonna unlock his full potential, and people can't talk shit back to him. So for now, they're just taking advantage of whatever they see, whatever mistakes he's getting. Because once he gets it right, like everything, bro, it's gonna be a long season for everybody.
Brother, do you remember the quotes?
Hits,
Bro, NJ, you remember the quotes of like a young Lionel Messi? I forgot the commentator, and it was like, yo, if this guy polishes up on his game, this is when Messi's like 18. He said, if Messi polishes up on his game, this guy's gonna have the footballing world by his hands, bro.
Yeah.
And look how it turned out. I feel the same thing with Yamal.
With Lamine, the only thing that he's missing is his shooting and sometimes his decision making. That's it. But he has everything for a 17-year-old. But that's not normal for a 17-year-old to have like a.
To be honest, NJ, I don't even think you said I'm gonna be real. I think his decision making is very, very good. I think the only thing Yamal doesn't have is
really good. It's very good. But I mean sometimes when you're playing against Inter, sometimes he just keeps shooting the same position over and over. Like that's the only issue that I have. But his decision making is really, really good for his age. And also, the funny part is like now, like how like Yamal's getting the hated, but how come Anthony Edwards doesn't get the hate when he talks a lot? Anthony Edwards talks a lot as well, right? But he performs.
But you know why? But you know why that is, NJ?
That's
it's because
culture.
you know what it is. Let me tell you something, right? Because I'm American, I can tell you this. Over here, we like people that talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
Like you think about it, LeBron James,
bro.
Michael Jordan, the late great Kobe, Anthony you just mentioned it, right? Anthony Edwards. All these guys, they talk,
Kobe Bryant,
right? Kobe, that's what I said. I used Kobe as an example as well, right? These guys, see, this is why for me, I don't care about footballers that talk.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean? Right? I don't have an issue with footballers that talk. I don't respect a footballer who does 2 things. One, if you're gonna talk the talk, you better be able to back it up.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean, right?
Exactly.
Because if you don't back it up, I'm calling you out. Right? Number 2, if you lose, I want you to take your L with grace. Don't sit there and make excuses for losing.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you should be happy to lose, right? But you should be able to take your defeat with grace and say, you know what?
Fair
right?
enough.
It wasn't our year this year. We'll get up next year and we'll be better. You understand what I mean, right?
Exactly, yeah. Like I don't get it why kids people are getting mad, bro. Like, bro, he's 17. He can talk because he can back it up. Yeah, sure. I mean, he's not perfect, but again, you can see like strides of daily that they're getting a lot of improvement. But sometimes people don't want to do that because again, they want you to be robots in the game. They just, bro, that time's gone already. Like time has changed. People are now more expressive. Like you have to accept it. Like you can't bring keep some of the old mannerism for sure, but not everything's gonna work out for the new gen because it's just different now. You just have to
I
live
know
with it.
when you say that, bro. Listen, like when we're talking about Anthony Edwards and the NBA, even the NFL, bro. Like
Yeah,
in America, I'm not gonna lie, American sports trash talking is
yeah,
embraced. You know what I'm saying? It's
it's normal.
embraced. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be real. If you don't trash talk, you're actually like, oh, if you're a
you're
superstar,
dog
you don't
food.
talk trash.
You're basically dog food for
They're
them.
gonna look down upon you a bit. But
Yeah,
in football, it's completely different. Like
exactly.
you
Yeah,
want,
yeah. I understand that because Europe is different, but bro, you need some players like that talks a lot and can play in the game because it's just part of it. Like I'm pretty sure, Omar, you've seen it many times. Like there's some players in our game where like some players talk so much crap, but they back it up and they get respected. For sure, you seen it before.
nah. But this is, I mean,
I'll
this
tell
is.
you this. I'll tell you
But
this. I've seen players like Cristiano Ronaldo, who many people don't
Exactly,
like.
like him. Yeah.
Cristiano, like no, forget about. I've used Cristiano all the time. Let me use another footballer. Let's use Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go. Yeah.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic was one of my favorite players. You
Mhm.
want to know why I loved Zlatan? Zlatan would say the most outrageous things you would ever
Mhm.
know, right?
Yes.
But let me tell you something about Zlatan. Zlatan was not all talk. That brother
He
was
he
never
he
all talk.
scores. He
The
scores.
brother, he said what he said, and guess what? He would turn up. He
Yeah.
would tell you, "Yo, I'm gonna come to this league. I'm gonna destroy it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
LA.
I'm gonna be the best player in this team. I'm gonna score these goals. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that." He would say what he had to say, and then he would go out there, and then he would prove it. You understand what I mean? Like
Exactly.
there.
The next thing you know, like, oh yeah, yeah, amazing. You know, he's the man. But when it comes to Yamal, it's an issue. What the heck?
No, see,
But
this is the point
but
here.
yeah,
No. So let me tell you guys this. I don't think football will ever see the ego of the level of Zlatan ever
yeah.
again. Let me tell you something about Zlatan's ego. Zlatan was so egotistical that
Mhm.
when he was a teenager, right, around
hmm.
maybe not a little bit
Oh yeah,
older
yeah,
than
yeah,
Yamal,
yeah,
he
yeah,
was around. He's a
yeah,
little bit older,
yeah.
maybe like 2-3 years older
I
than
remember
Yamal.
that back then.
When he was given
In
an opportunity
Arsenal.
at Arsenal, yeah,
Yeah.
let me just finish, NJ.
Okay, go ahead. My bad. My bad.
He had an opportunity to play for Arsenal. He even had a picture with the Arsenal jersey. Do you understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
He did everything until last minute. Wenger told him, "Yo, we want you to do a tryout." When he said that, guess what? Zlatan looked at this guy and said, Wenger. And this is, remember, Arsenal in 2001, I think. This is like 2001, if I'm not mistaken, right? He told Arsene Wenger and Arsenal, who were title challengers, I think they might have won the league or finished second. I think they might have won the league that season, right? He told Arsenal, Zlatan doesn't do auditions. This is him. And let me remind you all, he was in Malmo. This guy wasn't even playing for a big club when
That's
Arsenal was
crazy.
playing.
I can't lie.
He was at Malmo and rejected Arsenal because Arsenal wanted him to do a tryout. That is how much he believed that he could make it. And you know what, bro? He rejected Arsenal. He went to Ajax. A few years later, he went to Juventus, then went to Milan, then went to went to Juventus, then went to Inter, then joined us, then went to AC Milan, then went to PSG, Manchester United. Look at this man's career and what this man has accomplished. All of it because he always did things his way,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And people today who might have not have liked him at the start, now they all acknowledge him. Why?
Exactly.
Because he was always someone who, for years, always told people, "I'm the guy, and you guys better put some respect on my name."
Mhm.
And then guess what, bro? Nobody listened,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? There's still people that don't like him to this day. But let me tell you
Yeah.
something, bro. I respect that man. That man,
Yeah. I love that guy,
lived.
bro. Amazing.
That man was willing to back up. See, that man was willing to talk the talk because he knew he was ready to back it up. Big up
Yeah,
to these
bro.
guys in the chat. Let me read some of these people in the chat. Big up to United Real Madrid Glory. 89. He says Yamal is the best player in the world coming from a Real Madrid fan. Me. He says because many players are seen these days are garbage and average. Seen Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Messi, Figo, and Zidane. Yamal is elite. That's the thing, man. People have so much hate, and you know what it is? it gets to a point where I don't even care much anymore. That's why sometimes I don't even respond to these people anymore, because I'm just like, you know what it is. This is how I know. This is how you know you've made it. Because if you don't have haters when you make it, bro, you haven't made it. Because clearly you
Yeah,
haven't had enough attention. If you have
Exactly.
enough attention, you will always have people that hate you.
Mhm. No offense to like Eunice generation, but me and Omar will agree this generation of kids are soft, bro. They're so emotional. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, telling you, like me and Omar, like, because me and Omar like similar, like we're almost in our late 20s, bro. Growing up, it was different. You know, if we did something wrong, we get, you already know with the stick or the slipper, bro. You already know if you messed up. That's how we grew up. But for kids nowadays, it's not like that, bro. Like there's like one mean word or be something like very rude, they will attack you and they will call you, oh, you're rude, you're not, respectful enough, bro. Bro, like shut up, bro. Like, bro, you did not experience like no toughness or roughness growing up, bro. Just
And that's the
relax.
funny thing about these people, right? I swear to God, some of these
Yeah.
people, they don't even get it, man. Look, I'm gonna, you know what? Like I said, I'm gonna pull out a video because I'm gonna actually put him out, right?
Right.
But
Right.
here's another thing. Look at what this guy said.
Let me see.
Cristiano Ronaldo himself, when he was asked about Lamine, he said, "Let the kid grow for the good of football. Let him grow calmly. Take the pressure off. You can help him by leaving him alone because he is not lacking in talent." See, let me tell you why.
Yeah, sure.
For many people who don't understand why Ronaldo would say something like this, let me translate. You see, Cristiano Ronaldo knows what it's like to be a young player and be hated just for being yourself. You understand what I mean, right? Just for being
Facts.
yourself. Bro, let me tell you something about Cristiano. Many people think that Cristiano Ronaldo was hated during his time at Madrid. No, this brother was hated since he was at United. His first time. You understand what I mean, right? I remember, bro, after 2006 when he did that thing with Rooney, bro, English fans hated this guy.
Yes, I remember that. It's
Do you
crazy.
understand what I mean? They
Yeah.
called him arrogant. They called him snide. Even when he changed his look, because he went from looking like a rough guy kid with braces to having the most handsome looking
Yeah,
face,
yeah. Bro had a glow
had his
up.
hair fixed. Dude, they hated everything about this dude from day one. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
And he always never changed. He always did things his way, and he got more hate for it. You understand what I mean, right? It never changed him. It just made him stronger. You
Hmm.
understand what I mean?
Yep.
It is what is important. See, see, a guy like Cristiano, I think he sees that Yamal is being given that same level of hate these days by people,
Hmm.
because even pundits like Van der Vaart are all calling him out. Like, did you see Guti recently called him out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I seen, bro. That
Yeah.
was stupid, bro.
Guilty, but come
No, he
on, bro.
said, bro. Gucci said, like, I don't like that he wears his like cap backwards. I'm like, bro, what you gonna do about it? You
No,
gonna pull up the press
for
conference?
fuck's sake, this is what pisses me off
Come
about some
on,
of these
bro.
people that are calling this out, right? Yo, the guy is a kid. You
No,
were
but
basically
Omar, I'm gonna be
attacking.
honest.
You're attacking Yamal for acting like his age.
No, but Omar, that's not even the age. I'm gonna be real because it's like that's not even about football. It's not like the way he plays. Like, bro, you care about his cap, how he wears it. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Does that affect him on the field, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's so irrelevant. So, listen, in my opinion, I didn't like the comments. I can't lie. Like, I seen other ones. Like the way that you know that he sags, I kind of understand it. He's playing football. They want it to be professional, but I'm like, that's off the pitch, bro. So Guti, why do you care? You know what I'm
Like
saying?
with Goody, bro, come on, bro. Like, come on, Goody, bro. That's like old school mentality of yours. Come on, bro. It's the modern days now, bro. You're not playing anymore. It's like, bro, let the Spain and Yamal create their own identity, man. Just don't they don't need to live in the past Spain moralities anymore. Like let them be themselves, man. You don't need to like
It is
comment
weird.
every time. Like, bro, come on, like
I mean,
it's getting
listen,
out of
and,
control.
and let me just say this now, because I feel like many people think that I'm excusing everything that Yamal is doing. So let me just say this now, okay, guys?
Hmm.
I'm not sitting here saying that Yamal, doesn't deserve home training. Because as much as I am calling out these people that hate Yamal, I'll be the first to admit I think that sometimes Yamal does a little bit too much.
Yeah,
And I
yeah, he
even
does.
said this, right?
Yeah.
He
I'll be the
does.
first to admit Yamal does do too much in certain situations. You understand what I mean, right? I think
Hmm.
that when you look at the Portugal game, when they lost, right? When the players were out there giving their respect, clapping for the champions, he just walked out. Now I don't respect that.
Yeah.
Now things like that, I can criticize Yamal, even as a Barca fan. I
Yeah.
will criticize Yamal for doing that. You understand what I mean, right? Because at the end of the day, bro, you lost.
Yeah.
You're unhappy. No one's telling you should be happy for losing. But brother,
Respect.
show respect. You understand what I mean? When you
Yes.
guys won the Euros, guess what? The English players, they stood there and they congratulated you. You understand
Yeah.
what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you show them the same level of respect when you're on the pitch.
Yeah.
You
Facts.
understand what I mean? And for that, I called them out. I said, listen, Lamine, this is not the move. This is not the
Yeah.
move, man. We
Yeah.
got to be respectful even in defeat, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Take the
Yeah.
L today. Take the L today and let this L make you a better person. You understand what I mean, right?
Yep. Facts.
And listen, that's what I mean. See, for me, I will excuse some of the things Yamal does because he's young and that is something he can grow out of. I
Mm-hmm.
think that a lot of these things, like putting his shorts down, putting his hair, his hat backwards. You understand what I mean? These are all things I think that eventually he will grow out of because
Oh yeah,
I
for
was the
sure.
same. You understand what
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was a reckless kid. I did a lot of things, bro. I had to grow out of it at some point. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like life started hitting me hard. The pressures of life started hitting me hard. Just like the pressures of football are gonna hit Yamal hard very soon. When
Mm-hmm.
all of the pressure of Barcelona, of Spain get to his back, he will have to grow out of this teenage years that he's in
Yeah.
and become a better person. Do you understand what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So these are all things I can excuse. The other things I can excuse is the way you act when you lose. Don't be a salty loser. You
Yeah.
understand what I mean, right? There was one thing about Cristiano I didn't like about him. He never knew how to take an L. You understand what I mean, right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Whether he was during the Ballon d'Or when he didn't win, he wouldn't even attend, or he would just talk shit about the Ballon d'Or when he didn't win, or do some stuff like that where I'm just like, come on, man, like you're just sounding like a hater when you say these things. You understand what I mean? Just relax, and be humble. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't your year this year, and make sure you're better next year. But yeah, that's what I think. I mean, Ravi even says, he says, yeah, he needs to be grounded, keep out of trouble, be advised properly, and he will be a quality player for the rest of his career. See, this is the thing, right? I will say this about Lamine, right? One thing I will say is that I think that if you look at his dad is like a hustler.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy from the
Yeah.
streets, right? And I don't know, having that kind of person in your life for someone like Yamal, I mean, what's that's gonna do to him, right? Because I don't listen. I'm not sitting here saying Yamal's dad is a terrible dad. Okay, no football
No.
people like that. However, Yamal's father was a young dad. You understand what I mean? He became a father at a very very young age, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
sometimes the thing is, sometimes like sometimes you can see, man, he's a very young man. He's in his 30s right now.
Yeah.
So for me, I look at Lamine and I just hope that for his sake he just tries and becomes grows out of these things, and hopefully his mom is a very very good woman. He can raise his child, the Yamal, to be much more grounded, because these are things like what he did. I think these are things that a parent would look at and say, you see what you did there? I don't want you
Mm-hmm.
doing that when you lose. You understand what I mean, right? I
Yeah.
want you to be respectful when you lose. Give them a round of applause. Congratulate them and know that today you didn't get the W, but tomorrow you can get the W tomorrow. You understand what I mean? But let
Mm-hmm.
me know what you guys are saying.
Facts. Nah. Yeah. Facts, bro. What you
Yeah,
said.
big up Godfrey, man. Big up
Godfrey,
Godfrey.
big up. Yeah,
Big
man.
up
Yeah.
Godfrey.
Yeah. Your point was actually great, man. Like you were on point. Like especially the one that you said, like in soon, when Spain and Barca ask for more pressure, you have to grow up. Yeah, you're right, man. They will demand more from you. So say enjoy the couple of years of teenager, but once you hit the 19 or 20, you gotta change your person. I'm not saying changing it fully, but slowly you gotta change because all eyes are on you now.
Nah, he will though. Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like
yeah. I
every
mean, he will.
youngster
Yeah, yeah.
will.
Obviously, he will. I'm just saying that, like, what Omar said. Like with Spain and especially with Spain now and Barca are on ice on you. You gotta like get a show like progress. Especially in up the field. Like for now, enjoy it. Enjoy
Nah,
the
but you know what? I
record he
can't
has.
lie. I don't like though. I can't lie. Like outside, no, it's kind of involving Lamine. It's like when Spain lost in the Nations League final, bro. Why
Mhm.
is everybody only talking about Lamine Yamal? Like Spain
Because
lost. It's not only Lamine.
no, because
Bro,
Lamine is in the
Morata
spotlight,
missed the
bro.
penalty.
Yeah,
Morata
that's the
missed the
normal.
penalty, bro. I know he had a mediocre game. I'm not gonna lie. Like Nuno Mendes, what a player. But it's like, brother, he's not the only player that lost.
Yeah,
20
you're
other
right.
guys.
You're
Also, like
right.
he's the only.
But he's
But
the
you would see,
superstar.
bro. But if you didn't watch the game, right? You would have assumed, oh, Lamine Yamal, he probably missed the penalty. He probably missed 3 or 4 golden opportunities. No, it wasn't like that, bro. But the way it's portrayed, nobody cared about even some of the other guys like Pedri, right? Nobody cared about Fabian, how they play. It was only Lamine. Nobody cares about Nico. Let's be real. I didn't like how that.
Well,
I don't
it's
like
it's
that.
it's,
You know what
it's
I'm
the
saying?
same thing. Look, let's not pretend this is not the first time we've seen this. Okay,
Yeah.
when
Yeah, Messi.
when Argentina lost a cup final, a World Cup final, and
Messi got fried.
Higuain missed a sitter.
Yeah.
Guess who they blamed? Messi.
Messi.
Mm-hmm.
When he failed to win the Copa America in 2015, when this guy had a chance to score at the end, guess what? Who did they blame? Messi. In 2016, they blamed Messi again, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Portugal doesn't do well, guess what, bro? Even if Cristiano Ronaldo scores a hat trick, Cristiano Ronaldo is the one that is giving the
Okay.
criticism. So Yamal, people because he's the one. He's the guy. He's the golden boy of Spanish football. So anytime Spain doesn't do well, he's the guy that everyone is going to
Yeah.
look at. You feel me, right? It's just natural,
Mm-hmm.
man. I wasn't shocked at all when I saw the way the people were acting. I knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. It's it's always like that for every sportsman, every superstar. They're gonna be on the ice no matter what you do. Think about that. Yamal's
Yeah.
there. Yamal's in that category now. Like,
Nah, bro. Like, no, this is absolute facts. This comment right here, bro. De La Fuente, brother. I've been saying it so many times. Like, I'm like, bro, how many times did this guy? I'm gonna be real. De La Fuente, they won the Euros, but that was because of Spain's quality. This guy's a good manager, but the in-game adjustments, he's very bad at it. He's very bad, bro. I've seen them
yeah.
against France get lucky. You got Lamine Yamal scores a banger, almost scores a sick goal too. I seen them against the other. What was the other Euros game that they Germany? Brother, Germany won the tactical battle. Germany wanted the game to be end to end, and they got lucky. Dani Olmo finds Marino. Great goal. De La Fuente again. Why do you sub off Pedri? Why do you play Pedri so many times in the wrong position? Like, that's dumb. I'm not gonna lie, that's dumb management. If that was a Barca manager, when Xavi was doing that, I wanted Xavi out. But De La Fuente, I'm gonna be real. He won, so I guess people don't talk about it. But I think he's still a good manager, but he has flaws for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's but then I don't understand about Del Fuente. Like, yo, these people since they're under 13. Like you coached them before. Like how come you can't use him properly? I'm like, yo, what's wrong with this guy? Like, you
But
know
he's
them.
injured. You know what's the stupidest one? I'm like,
Yeah.
Dani Olmo was so crucial in winning the Euros, and you
Dude,
don't even bring him up.
yeah, exactly.
How do you not play
Yeah.
Dani Olmo? This guy was the X factor. I'm like, say it right now. They won the Euros because Dani Olmo and Lamine Yamal in the knockouts were the best players, and you don't even play Dani Olmo.
I mean,
Okay, sounds like you want to lose.
I don't understand why he didn't bring Olmo, but he brought Alvaro Morata. Like you could have just put Olmo in the 9. I'm like, bring all your best shooters, like Bayena, Olmo, who else was shooting really good in that game. Yeah, but no, he decided to, like, you know what, black his head and just go with Morata. That's always. I'm like, bro, jeez, man, it's so
Nah, listen.
horrible.
I mean, bro, it is what it is, bro. At the end of the day, Nations League, I'm not going to discredit any trophy, right? But listen, let's see how Spain does in the World Cup, bro. Because if they
Actually,
do this,
yeah.
if they do this,
Listen,
bro,
before we move on from the Yamal point, I actually want to do a video here, right? This is my guy. Big up to my guy Mo, right? He's a Yamal hater, but he's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
saw the video.
I listen. He hates Lamine, but guess what? He's actually he's actually like a cool one. But I actually want to break down this video, right, where he talks about why he hates Lamine, and I just want to break it down and see if I disagree with everything he says, or I actually like some of the things he says. Let's hear this.
Paris Saint-Germain family, Lamine Yamal or Lamine Dogmal, whatever you like to call him. He's one of the most arrogant football players, despite not achieving anything at all in his career so far. And in today's video, I will expose him for the fraud he is, despite a lot of, Yamal dick riders saying, oh no, he's just confident. Well, all of that's going to be exposed here. First up, where, all of my hatred towards Yamal started. Prediction for the first leg versus PSG, 1-0. I will score the goal. Bear in mind, Yamal at this point hadn't scored a single UCL goal in like 6 starts and had like 5 career goals. But no, this is confidence. This is called delusion. But he...
Pause.
Who
Okay,
cares?
okay.
Let's talk about this one first of all.
First part. He said he never won anything.
Okay,
Bro, he always won.
so basically him saying that he's gonna score against the almighty PSG, the almighty, all powerful, all dominating PSG is delusional, right? Right?
Mhm.
Right? So the kid, because he believes in his heart he's gonna score the winning goal. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like guys, what do you guys think of
All right, so here we go. Okay, my first part was like, oh, he never won anything in his life, bro. He only won a Euro, what, and three trophies. What are you talking about? He hasn't won anything yet. No, that's one. And the one you said, bro, he's a kid. Obviously, his hype for his first season. Obviously, he's gonna say, oh yeah, I'm gonna score. It's normal, but it's not guaranteed that he's gonna score. Obviously, but come on, bro. Like, are you really gonna hate the guy for saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the one gonna score first? Like, bro,
Nah, bro.
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, dude, like I don't really buy into these these media press conferences because Lamine Yamal legit, like he always says he's gonna score. So like, I don't think you can buy into it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what he does. Like he's just taking it too serious.
I don't understand how this guy saying that he's gonna score a goal against your club is delusional. You think if next season so if Desiree Doué says that he's gonna score against Barcelona next season, should I call him delusional then?
A hat trick.
I mean, I guess now, right? But no, I can't because guess what? He scored in the Champions League final. He scored twice in the Champions League final, so I can't do that.
They keep moving the goalposts all the time.
Okay.
It is what it is, bro.
Okay. Big up to all the people who says he's hey, listen, but Sam just still hates this guy. He just hates him. He says, never said that fake quote. There you go. See, that's another thing these people fail to realize. A lot of these things, because you're someone, because I'm someone that goes to news artists, because I have to do news, because I do news on the channel, right? I know most of the things that these people put on Twitter is actual BS. But some of these people don't actually go out and actually check if this is true or not.
You know what's crazy, Omar, about that?
AI.
I never knew about the Messi quote was misinterpreted when he said that he's going to bring the UCL back. Apparently, he said that we will try our best to bring the UCL back to the Camp Nou. But if you go on Instagram, it says we will bring it back. So it's like, yo, I never knew that until
they misquoted to put pressure on him to get it done. So when he
but that's a crazy misquote, bro. Try our best and we will is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, listen, big up to my guy Andrew. Andrew says if Portugal win the upcoming World Cup, oh yeah, dude, this. Oh my God, I am not looking forward to that, man. The amount of things we were gonna hear is crazy. Let's listen to what he says.
He didn't stop there. No, Lamine Yamal, I want to score the decisive goal against PSG in the second leg, a goal that gives us the win. This is immense delusion, and thankfully, Lamine Yamal got absolutely humbled by Paris Saint-Germain, scoring a total of 0 goals.
So this is the problem here that I have with your point here, Emo. You're saying this out of emotion because he said this about your club. Brother, let me tell you something, Mo. If anyone, I don't care if your name is Bukayo Saka, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, heck, even your former player, someone like Kylian Mbappe. Bro, if Kylian Mbappe, next season, you guys playing them in the Champions League, and Kylian Mbappe says, I want to score the winning goal, bro, you will be on social media having the biggest meltdown in the whole of history. Oh, how dare you? You're forgetting this scumbag, this absolute Judas is coming out here saying he's going to score against our club. We made you the player that you became. Bro, that's the problem, isn't it? See, that's the issue. Because even if Jamal had scored the goal, you would have still called him arrogant for daring to say that he's going to score.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's funny about Mo, right? Mo is Algerian, but he's from Sweden.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, right? You know who else is from Sweden?
Yeah. Zlatan.
Thank you. And he actually loves Zlatan. That's the crazy thing.
That's crazy. What the heck? That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, let's continue.
Across 2 legs. Next up, prediction for the UCL final, Barcelona versus Manchester City. Like, who is making these kinds of...
Oh my God. What? Okay, guys. Listen, the people in the chat, none of this, okay? I'm not bringing this guy here so that you guys can start calling. Listen, no. I'm gonna actually put an end to this because this is where I'm not allowing this in here. Respectfully, man.
Yeah.
Respectfully. Sorry, guys. I'm not letting this. I'm not letting this in my channel, guys. Okay. First of all, let me just start by saying this now. Me and Mo have no issues. There's no beef. Okay, guys. I am only breaking down this stream, and let me just be clear here. This guy and I, we're cool. We're actual friends. We actually talk to each other. Okay. So there's nothing personal. This is his opinion. You understand what I mean, right? We don't have to like it. We're just going to sit here and break down this video. But I am not going to let any of you guys in the chat start talking out of your necks. Do you understand what I mean? Right? If that's what you want to do, guys, please get out of here. But I'm not allowing this kind of insult in my chat. You guys hear me? So yeah, let's just kill this here. So if you guys are here to be talking all this BS, guys, out, please. So yeah, let's break down what he said. This brother said, Barcelona versus Manchester City. I'm actually taking the piss, Mo. So basically, he believes that his club, the team that he plays for, is going to a Champions League final. Bro, I would like, you know what's funny, right? I want to see what the PSG players said before the Champions League this season, who was going to win the Champions League. I want to see what the PSG players said. I want to see what the PSG fans said in the platform. I want to see it. Were you calling out any of your players for saying that they were going to win the Champions League at the start of the season when you guys lost Kylian Mbappe? Unreal. Like
it is what it is, bro. Like, bro, this is the thing. Omar, with tribal football fans, there's no logic. Because if you're tribal, you're just going to defend your club regardless. You know what I'm saying? So, like, me as a football fan, right? Like, I try to not be mad tribal. You know what I'm saying? Even though I am a Barca fan, right? And I'll be real, I probably am tribal at times. But, like, bro, I'm nowhere near to the extent of some fans. You know, even some Barca fans. I'm not going to lie. A lot of Barca fans are also tribal. PSG fans are tribal. Real Madrid fans are tribal, right? That tribalism is so dead because one day an argument you're going to make, and then the other day you're going to be going against it. But then there's no consistency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, listen. Big up to my guy Andrew says, a grown man making a whole video why he hates a team. Yes, he's confident. Definitely, he needs to chill on X and Instagram. But what do they expect from him to say? No, we are going to lose.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
Bro, imagine, you know what's funny, right? Imagine a player imagine a Desiree Doué next season. They ask him, yo, who do you think is going to win the Champions League? And he says, we're going to retain our title. Of course, he's going to say that. Of course, he's so. Bro, what is he gonna say? Well, you know, we could make a Champions League final. Maybe
we got a shot, you know.
No, I want to know that you're dreaming high, bro. Because as fans, we want to know that the players believe they can do it. I don't want the players sitting there saying quarterfinals, semifinals, No, let us, the fans, be realistic. We want you to be delusional. Tell us that you're gonna do it. Tell us that you're gonna try. Tell us that you're gonna get it done. You understand what I mean, right?
Facts.
That's what I want. I don't know. Dude, this makes no sense, man. Like, crazy. So he's delusional for saying that. Okay, cool.
On predictions, man. Like, such an unserious football player. Then we have this one, which is disgusting. Madrid hurting because Barcelona are La Liga leaders. It will hurt them, but yes, we're leaders. This guy is talking shit. Barcelona are La Liga leaders. It will hurt them, but yes, we're leaders. This.
I mean,
what is that all about, bro? That's legit.
The league title. La Liga that time.
No, but like I just don't get it. Like the league title, that's legit a statement. That's not even saying anything. Like you know, that's a statement, bro. Because like if you're the league, like you're the league leaders, bro. The league reflects like he ain't lying, bro. He's just pointing out the obvious.
I don't know.
Wait, so let me get this straight. Wait, so you're telling me, right? you have a problem with him because, oh, by the way, big up Abs, man. Big up to you, bro.
Yo.
Basically, you have a problem with him stating the obvious. So we're top of the table. So what? We were top of the table. And yes, he did cook Real Madrid, bro. What is this, brother? What are you talking about, Mo? Like, seriously, what are you on about? What are you on? Bro, so basically the player was asked. And this is the funny thing, right? He's putting out all these quotes, right? But you know what he's not putting out? Were questions that they were asking him for him to say these things. This brother is saying these things because they ask him, what do you think of Madrid? This and this and this. Do you think that it hurts them? Bro, they are giving him the questions, and guess what, bro? He's answering as fit. He's sitting there answering it as it should be answered. But you have an issue with him because why? He should just say, we know that we know we're top of the table, but it's all good, man. Bro, do you have any idea? See, you guys, see, this is the problem, Mo. You don't live in Spain. See, you don't understand what things are like in Spain. Okay, when Real Madrid are top of the table or are challenging for leagues, bro, we don't ever get to hear the end of it. Do you understand that, Mo? Barcelona fans, we never get to, bro. They have Madrid TV will literally be the most annoying TV station probably in Spain. They will never shut up about the fact that they are top of the table, that we are shit, that we are struggling, that they've beaten us in the league, that they've done everything, bro. So everything that Yamal is doing is a response to everything Madrid does to us every single year that when they are better than us. The problem is this, Mo. You get to see this on 4K. Because it's Yamal, and everything that Yamal says is going to be quoted and put on the internet. Yep. You understand what I mean, right? So you're thinking this is just him being salty. This is just him being arrogant. No, this is just the natural order in La Liga. Madrid, Barcelona, they all do the same thing. You think Real Madrid players don't talk shit? Bro, we get to listen to fucking Thibaut Courtois every single year. Whenever Real Madrid are winning, we get to, that brother never fucking shuts up. We have to listen to that guy every year. Even when you're winning, he's still hating on us.
Danny Carvajal.
Do you call him arrogant?
You know what I'm saying? Remember what Carvajal said, bro? Like something like he said something about basically when it matters.
Last year, was it this year or last year?
Last year.
Preseason when we beat them in America.
Yeah.
This brother said, right, in the game, in the real game, when we beat them, after we beat them, he said, yeah, they can beat us here, but when it comes to the actual competitive games, we'll be ready for them. Was he being arrogant for saying that?
Nope.
I mean, yeah, there you go.
This is the same guy. This is the same guy. He's got another video where it says why I hate FC Barcelona. The same donut, bro. Literally. And also, maybe you guys know already, this guy is Algerian and Yamal is Moroccan. So from the get-go...
Hey, listen. I'm African, man. I'll tell you this right now. We cannot deny... I mean, listen, I don't know if that's the reason why he hates him. But I'll tell you this. There's definitely a rivalry between the North African nations. That's something I'm not going to like, because I have a lot of friends.
I know, but this is how it is, bro. This guy made a whole video about a 16-year-old. He was 16 at the time, I think, or 17. Made a whole video about him. This guy, he's crazy. He's nuts in the head, bro.
Wait, there's a beef between Morocco and Algeria?
Yeah,
no. So it's not necessarily Morocco and Algeria. Abs, let's be honest, because I know you're from that end, so I'm not gonna.
No, I'm from Afghanistan.
Okay. But yeah, so but I know this for sure because I'm African and I know a lot of North Africans. I know, that it's amongst all the North African nations, all of them, right? So it's not just Algeria and Morocco, even like Algeria and Egypt don't see eye to eye. Tunisians and Algerians don't see eye to eye. Tunisians and Egyptians don't see eye to eye. Everyone doesn't see eye to eye around that side of the world. You understand what I mean, right? Yeah. So sometimes I will say this. Sometimes there's always an undercurrent of that. You feel me, right? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that is the only reason why Mo doesn't like.
No, that's not the reason. But I'm saying it's one of the reasons.
Political stuff. I'm not gonna assume. Stuff. So it could be. So yeah, it is.
But there was tension between the two countries. But I'm saying, why is he targeting a 17-year-old? Everybody thinks he's arrogant. He's not. It's the interviewers asking him these questions, and then media mistranslates it and put it in there and makes him look arrogant. But he's not. He just.
Hey, to be fair, let me say this. To be fair, like they probably don't care that he's 17 years old, because I'm gonna be real. I think Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world, and the fact that he plays for Barcelona, they're good. They don't care that he's 17. That eliminates. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter. He plays for Barca. Even if you don't think he's the best player in the world, well, he's top 3, top 5 at worst case, right? Like, bro, they don't care. It's a great player who plays for Barca. He's getting hate regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from. So I'm not too surprised by it.
Yeah, big up to Wina says you can't troll and be arrogant online and expect people to remember what that you're 17 years old. I mean, you says you can't troll and be arrogant online, then expect people to remember that you're 17 years old. Bro, I'm not sitting here saying that at the end of the day, Yamal is perfect. That's not the point. You understand what I mean? Like, let's be clear here. What exactly is let me ask you this? Why not? Since you're saying that he's arrogant, what? So does he, when Yamal wins against teams, does he sit there and I don't know, maybe like troll other teams for beating them? Does he sit there and say, hold that Inter Milan or hold that Dortmund or hold that Real Madrid? No, so they hate the guy. So let me know, because I have to put the question out there. Why not? Since you said that he's on social media, right? So basically, you think it's arrogant that when he wins, he's putting pictures of him scoring a goal or the team celebrating. Well, newsflash, brother. Every other football team, because I follow a lot of different football players. Every time teams win, they always tweet, they always put pictures, they always show what they did in the game, what the team did in the game. It's not arrogance, it's celebration. When you are celebrating your wins. You understand what I mean, right? When PSG won the Champions League, you can be rest assured that every single PSG player put pictures, videos. Bro, I know that because I follow him. Okay, I follow him, so I know what all the pictures that PSG have been putting around. Do you understand what I mean?
Omar, remember when PSG beat Dortmund and they did the Haaland celebration? Remember
Yeah.
Now they want to, bro. I'm telling you, I think every fan base hates Barcelona because every time
of course, bro, we are the most hated club in the world.
Sorry about my language, but every time we face these English teams, these teams, we like humiliate them. Now they're trying to. How is this guy saying he's trolling? How is Yamal trolling? I've never seen this guy troll. He's just a 17-year-old kid. He's just
that's the point, isn't it? See, this is what I don't understand.
He's just going at. He's a young kid. At the end of the day, he's not mature, fully mature yet. He's Gen Z basically, probably even Alpha, whatever.
Oh yeah. Bro, I have a sister who's around a year younger than Yamal, bro. That's how young this kid is. This brother is not even old enough. Let me tell you guys the truth. Yamal is not old enough to even remember Spain's last World Cup. Do you all remember the last World Cup? Do you remember the World Cup, NJ? Do you remember that, Abs? Do you remember the 2010 World Cup, the one that was played in Africa, right? Do you all remember that?
Yeah.
Exactly. You all remember that. Yamal doesn't. Doesn't, because he was too young to remember that World Cup. Do you guys see what I mean?
He knows the history, but he never seen the game like live.
Okay, hold on. Let me just answer this, brother. He said things like he posted before, born for this, attracts hate because he doesn't perform like he posted before the game. He's obviously gonna get hate. As simple as that. Okay, fine. But here's the thing, right? Can I ask you this? Why not? Since you're listening to it, right? You've seen Yamal since the start of his career, right? He's played in finals before, right? He's been in a final with Spain in the Euros, right? He's been in finals with Barcelona this season, right? The Copa del Rey champions. He's been in high-pressure games. And how many times have we seen Yamal step up in high-pressure games, crunch games, tough games? You understand what I mean, right? For me, when he put this born for this, I'm sorry. He's shown in pressurized games that he turns up. Even when we lose, Yamal, everyone was, bro, when we lost to Inter, people were still talking about Yamal's performance. Do you understand what I mean, right? He always turns up when it matters. That game against Portugal, right? That game against Portugal, bro, was the first time I ever saw Yamal be stifled like he was stifled. Yamal has never been that quiet in a game.
Bro,
do you understand what I mean?
That's not Yamal, bro. That was the coach's instruction, in my opinion.
Yeah. Bro, you know what it is? Nah, it's just that I'm gonna be real. Yamal, like, since he's been playing with Barca, he's only had like 5 bad games, bro, in 2 years. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like,
but he's never had a game like this one. Let's be real.
He wasn't himself, bro. He wasn't direct. That wasn't Yamal that day, bro. Seriously.
No. I told you, De La Fuente. I don't know that brother. Listen, that's a different topic. But going back to Yamal, bro, like Listen, Omar, for me, I'm looking how it's gonna affect Yamal in the future, and I don't think it will. I'm gonna be real with you
No, I
because
don't think you will either.
bro, listen. When we got eliminated to PSG, he was the guy sacrificed for Araujo's red card. I was like, yo, it hurts. He was crying after the game.
That's the one part that he doesn't mention does he?
Nah,
He
bro,
misses
but listen,
stuff.
this is the thing.
You know what's
like,
funny about this video, right? This video is 12 minutes long, and we've only listened to 1 minute 12 seconds.
Yo, hey, listen, we don't need to listen to this, bro.
Hold on. I want to
talking
shit because I want to hear this from a Yamal hater. I really want to know what the Yamal haters really hate about Yamal. Because sometimes I feel like I don't know
It is
enough.
what it is, bro.
Yeah, let's hear it.
After maybe 10 to 13 La Liga games, he's talking shit. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting, man. The Real Madrid players didn't know I also have a right foot, so I shouldn't use it when needed like tonight. Like, who talks in this manner? When you're 17...
Okay. So,
Bro, this
guys,
like
hold on.
He's his dad or something, man.
That's why I like
hold
Lamine,
on.
though. I can't lie.
Okay, so I'm gonna be objective when I say
To be
these.
honest.
Okay? Now, I'm gonna say something that I'm sure a lot of you guys in the panel are not gonna agree with. I don't necessarily disagree with that point that he said right there. Let me tell you why.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Yes, I feel like sometimes you can talk a little bit too much. You understand what I mean? And when you are a certain age, you have to have a certain level of self-awareness. Do you understand what I mean? On certain things, right? I expect you to say something like this when you've won everything. You understand what I mean, right? With Yamal, as talented as he is, and as much as we think he's the next big thing and everything and all of that, which is all great. You understand what I mean, right? He hasn't really accomplished enough for him to be talking out of his neck like he did in this situation. So in this case, I can give like the benefit of the doubt, or maybe the side and say, you know what? Okay, cool. You understand what I mean, right? I agree with that. I don't think Yamal should have said that. You understand what I mean, right? You can say that maybe when you've won the Ballon d'Or, when you've won the World Cup, when you've beaten Real Madrid countless amounts of times like you've done this season. You understand what I mean? When you've won the Champions League, when you've embarrassed them night in, night out. Let me hear you say that then. Because when you say that then, I'm like, well, listen, man, history don't lie. You understand what I mean, right? But let's be honest. When he made this video, Yamal was still in his early years. Right, he hadn't really shown what he's shown at the end of this season. You understand what I mean, right? He hadn't shown it yet. I think that he should have waited until he's shown enough to finally start talking. Do you understand what I mean? I mean, yeah. Big up to Wino. Wino is giving me all of the reasons, man. Big up to my guy Wino. He says, he also said, as long as I keep winning, they can't talk. The haters.
Yeah, but this is true, though, man.
This is
fair enough.
Fact. He's not lying, bro. That's how it is. This applies to everyone, not just him.
I mean, to be fair, you know what it is. Haters are gonna hate. So if he doesn't play well, haters are gonna hate him. If he does play well, they can't really say much, or they're gonna try to just downplay his performance, right? But look, in this case, Mo, I don't necessarily disagree with your point.
When you're 16, when you're 18, when you're a kid, you're supposed to be humble. You're supposed to be hungry, but you're supposed to be humble.
Yeah. I agree. You know, we come from see us, me, him. I mean, obviously Jonas. I don't know. I think Abs as well, right? We're all from like Muslim households, right? Am I correct in saying that, right? So we're all Muslims in here, right? I don't know about you, NJ. That's why I use. No, it's all good, right? It's all good.
I mean,
I'm just using
it's same values anyways.
No, exactly. So I'm using because Mo is Muslim like us, right? So. Yeah. We come from a Muslim household, and this is something that we're taught as kids, right? Teenagers, right? When you're at that age, you gotta be humble. You have to have a level of humbleness and all of this. Here's the thing. That is not something I can blame on Yamal 100%. I'm sorry. That is down to the parents, to his mom and dad. They need to teach him that. You understand what I mean, right? And this is the point. Because he's still talking about the point where he talked about his right foot and all that, which is a part I've already said I agree with Mo on, right? I think that, yes, you can have self-confidence. Yes, you can have belief in your abilities. Yes, you can believe that you can get to the top. You can set goals for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for it. Listen, if I have children and my children tell me I want to become the best astronaut in the world, or I want to become the best doctor in the world, I want to be the best this, I want to be bro, I'm gonna encourage my children. Do you understand what I mean, right? Because I want my children to have that mindset of a winner. You understand what I mean? You have to have the winning mindset. If you don't have the winning mindset, bro, you're not gonna make it.
Facts.
You understand what I mean? In life, you have to have a mindset of, yeah, this is what I want, and I'm willing to push myself, right?
Yeah.
So
Facts.
in certain situations, I agree when you have a level of ego about it, right? Because self-belief is everything. So
no, but Omar, real quick, like this is why I said that Lamine Yamal. I said this, bro. I wasn't on YouTube, but like I was saying, Lamine Yamal, I think he's gonna make it to the top. Like when he was like 15, because the way that I was seeing in La Masia, the way that he's just posting on Instagram, this guy has ultimate self-belief, like ultimate. You know what I'm saying? And the guys like that, like when they have talent, look at it. Like in the past, Kylian Mbappe, Cristiano Ronaldo. These guys, when you have extreme talent, you know, even in other sports, like guys like Kobe, you know, Aaron Rodgers, when you have extreme talent and you're, you know, a little bit of arrogance, right? You're cocky, right? You're expressive, bro. Those guys, they always cook, bro. Like, you know, when Ansu Fati had his difficult times, Ansu Fati's a shy kid, you know, so he's completely shy. I knew that Ansu is going to be difficult. Lamine, this guy, I'm not going to lie, like, this is a kind of a weird term, but this guy's a dog. Lamine Yamal.
Okay, so
Instagram, we're gonna be back and to have a great season. Like, I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So why not? Why not? Let me finish what you put. You said something which is I agree with, where he says, "Oh yeah, they can keep it as long as I keep winning. They can't talk." Now, he's not wrong. Why not makes a good point here, which is when you say something like this, of course the haters are gonna respond. You understand what I mean? Like, of course the haters are gonna respond. So he said this is him opening a path for the haters to bash him, all right, and hold him when he else. Now, let's be honest. This is why a lot of people always enjoy Cristiano's downfall. When Cristiano Ronaldo didn't win, this is why everyone was happy to smoke on the Ronaldo pack.
Oh yeah,
because Ronaldo was always someone that used to be cocky. Yeah, if I don't win, people are always hating because I'm a winner, because I'm this. But when you say that, guess what, bro? When you lose, you know the haters are gonna be ready.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You see this Yamal quote? Was that about Real Madrid?
What's that?
What?
Was that about Real Madrid when he said that?
I think it might have been after a Clasico, probably.
So it makes sense, bro. It's El Clasico.
He might be talking about the Madrid fans. He should have been more
Barcelona hates Real Madrid, bro. Barca hates
Real
Madrid.
If he called out the Madrid fans, it would have been different. Yeah, go ahead, Abs. What are you saying?
I think that's about Real Madrid. I think that was the El Clasico when they beat them.
Yeah,
in the cup. I think Copa del Rey or something. So it kind of makes sense.
As
long as actually winning, they can't talk. They can't talk. I think he's sending an indirect to Real Madrid fans mainly because there's a big rivalry obviously between El Clasico and stuff. So it kind of makes it put it into context. It makes sense. Like if he said it in general, okay, then you can say you should be a little bit more humble because he's talking to Real Madrid fans and Real Madrid, the club in general. I think it's okay for him to say that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he says before the Inter game, by the way.
Before the Inter game. But why did he say that before the Inter game? I don't understand why.
I mean,
I don't
know. I'll have to check it. I'll have to check this out later. But let's finish. Yeah, let's listen.
He's talking like, I don't know, Mbappe or Cristiano Ronaldo after achieving a lot of stuff in their career, after scoring 300.
Yeah, see, this is something I agree with, right? He is speaking like he is those guys when he hasn't really done
career goals or something. Yamal, I don't know, barely has 30 goals in his entire career, and he's talking like he's prime Messi. Who does he think he is? Before the age of 21, my goal is to win the World Cup with Spain, the Champions League, and 2 more La Ligas with Barça. If we win the Champions League, I'll have some more chance of winning the Ballon d'Or. What?
Sure, Yamal is funny, man.
I mean, he has two league titles already anyway, so...
I could be shameless, bro. Omar, I could say that Lamine Yamal has already tied Cristiano's league titles, bro. Listen, hey, the truth is the truth,
and
bro.
And his Euros, bro, and his international as well. Remember?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Mm-hmm. Come on, bro.
And if he wins the World Cup, I'm comfortable.
Yo, give it next year, bro.
Yeah,
hey, I can't lie, Omar. Sometimes I'm shameless, bro. This guy's already surpassed Ronaldo's international legacy, bro. You know what I'm saying? At 18,
he already had one of the best international performances, anyways, in the Euros, bro. That will go down into history. He probably has 4 more World Cups to go. We can have hope.
No, because this is the thing. When people want to be shameless, I can be shameless too, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Just because I'm level-headed most of the time, like, don't get it twisted. I could go there too. You know what I'm saying? But
now listen, okay. So let me just because I've let you guys say your say. Big up to John. Big up to you, bro. How you doing? It says, NJ, it's first time I'm seeing your face. I admire your football analysis. Yeah, big up.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, let me talk to
Nobody
my guy,
don't.
Mo. So, Mo, I'm going to take my glasses off for this one. I'm going to take the glasses off and look you in the eye. So, let me understand this, Mo. You, my friend, have a problem that Lamine Yamal on live TV set his goals in the table and told everyone what his aspirations are. And basically, because you, Mo, don't believe that this man can do all of this, you think it's downright delusional? You think it's delusional because you don't think that that is possible. How can someone achieve so much at that age? Is that what this is all about? Like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Seriously, what are you talking about? Do you realize, Mo, that this brother is only 2 trophies away from completing that mission? Because he's already won La Liga already.
2 of
In
them.
2020,
Make it to be shameless.
and then won this one. He's won 2 La Ligas already. Let me remind you, he's only won 2 La Ligas because he was part of the team that won the La Liga in 2022.
Yo, W Chavi for summing him on in a meaningless game.
He
bro.
was in that team.
Yeah,
He's
game to game.
won that La Liga. He's won
bro.
Copa del Hold on. Let me cook. He's won
Right.
Copa del Rey. He's won the Euros. He's won, I think, the nation. Did he win the Nations League? I think he might have won it.
No.
Bro, forget
Okay,
that, man.
fine.
That's useless anyway. We don't care about that.
Fine. He didn't win the Nations League. Fine. Okay. He's won the UEFA Super Cup. The only 2 trophies he hasn't won is a Champions League and a World Cup.
Yeah.
If he wins those 2 trophies, this guy has completed football. Do you guys understand that? This brother is 17 and he's 2 trophies away from completing football.
Yeah.
And you're saying he's delusional for saying these things? Like, bro, what are you on about? So do you think it's such an impossible task that you're just calling him downright delusional? Because the fact that you said what basically means that you don't think it's possible that a guy can do that. Like, let me actually listen to why he thinks he can do that.
What is this delusion? My goal is to win the Club World Cup, the World Cup with Spain, the Champions League, 2 La Ligas with Barça, and then talking about the Ballon d'Or. All
Okay.
This guy's acting like Yamal can't achieve that.
No,
bro.
hold
This
on.
guy is
Okay,
salty,
let's
man.
talk
He's
about
acting
that.
like Yamal can't achieve that, bro.
Okay.
Yamal will achieve it, bro.
Isn't he currently in the contention to win the Ballon d'Or this year?
Yeah.
Last year he was top 8. He was in 8th place for the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, he was 8 last year. He's in the top 2 this year with Dembele, right?
Bro, Yamal's winning that shit.
If Yamal, forget about winning it this
God.
year. No. Forget about winning it this year. If he wins the Champions League with Barca next season or wins the World Cup with Spain, that's the Ballon d'Or in his hands. Let me remind you all, he will be 18 next year.
If he wins 2
Oh,
of them,
no, 19.
No, this
He'll be
month,
19.
18.
He'll be 19
Yeah.
next year. By the time the Ballon d'Or comes around, 19. If he wins the Ballon d'Or, he would have already won the Ballon d'Or by the age of 21.
Yeah.
Do you guys understand? Mo, do you understand what you are saying? You're calling this kid delusional, and he's about to potentially do everything that you think that he can do by the time he's even 21. Because he's just 2 trophies away. He just needs to. Because let me tell you something. If he wins the Champions League or the World Cup, that's the Ballon d'Or in his
or both of them in the same year.
Do you understand? If he wins the World Cup and the Ballon d'Or next year, if he wins the World Cup and the Champions League next year, forget about the Ballon d'Or. It's in the bag. Do you understand that? And basically, within the age of 19, he would have already done everything that you are basically hating him for.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say then? Like, this is the problem, right? This Yamal guy is doing such impossible things right now. He's doing such an incredibly impossible mission right now. Many people are looking at him and thinking, because in their minds, it's like they're having a mind freeze. They don't understand how a kid can be doing so much at such a young age. So when he says, I'm going to do this, and this, and this, and this, and this by the time I'm 21, and they look at all the legends that they've seen, like a Messi, like a Ronaldo, who never did those things, they're thinking, what is this guy talking about? What do you mean you're going to do that? We didn't see Messi do that. We never saw Ronaldo do that. Zidane didn't do it. Maradona didn't do it. None of these guys did it. But you think you're gonna do it?
Yeah. Well, guess what? They're about to see it probably next year or in
Bro,
2 years. You know.
The best thing about Yamal is he's been through heartbreak in the Champions League, the PSG tie, the Inter Milan tie.
Yeah.
Now he's prepared for anything. He's lost a Nations League final. So going into the Champions League for the next, God knows, 10 seasons, this guy has been through everything. He knows how to win. He knows how to lose. So with that mentality, the same mentality Yamal has, it needs to be that same mentality everybody else on the pitch has in Barcelona. So going forward, we got a big chance, man.
Hey, we'll see.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I hope I will answer you on this. Just I'm gonna let the panels finish. What are you saying? Let me just read. Hope says, why is Omar losing his mind over an idiot like this? If Due said this all season, he would have been glazing him. He can't.
For real.
I mean, you know what, Hope? You do have a point. Listen, big up to Mo, because how dare you do about Mo, right? This brother is a real rage bait. That's what he is. This brother, he knows the things he can say to piss people off. I'll give him that. He knows what
rage baiter.
Yeah, big up to Seth. Says Seth is on the right path. He's so good that now people are talking about GA. Yeah, exactly, bro. They have to find a reason to not rate him. But yeah, let's
before the age of 21. This is not confidence. This is delusion.
I swear to God, I'm gonna clip this.
Yeah,
I am clipping this. What I swear to God, I'm clipping this, right? This part right here, this part where he talked about this, right? I'm gonna clip this, and the day that this brother wins the Champions League and the World Cup and completes the Ballon d'Or, I am putting this everywhere because I want people to. I'm gonna be like, Mo, is this you? Do you remember when you said this?
Skinhead.
You called him delusional for saying this. You said
Omar, real quick, bro. Like, do you see that Pedri posted out? Basically, it was him, Nico Williams, and Lamine Yamal, and basically the day of the World Cup final. Pedri just posted out the day of the World Cup final. Brother, I won't be surprised if Spain win it. I really wouldn't. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let me tell you something. Next year, I'm going to be the biggest Spanish fan in the world, man. I need to see Spain. We need to. If we win the Champions League next season, bro, I'm going to be the biggest Spanish supporter. Next season,
I got a question.
Oh my God, nah, bro! I need him to win that World Cup.
Listen. Would you guys want to see Messi win the World Cup again or Yamal?
No, Yamal. I don't care if Messi wins another World Cup. He's already won one.
Imagine Argentina against Spain in the final, bro.
I don't care. Argentina.
I'm sorry, bro.
Listen, you know what? It would be nice if Messi gave it to the next big thing, right? Winning it.
He's win the Super Ballon d'Or anyways, man. Messi.
He's had enough. Win everything. Yeah.
But that would be a legendary game. That would be a legendary game because of like the France and the Argentina game. That final was legendary. Just the way it felt like a passing of a baton between Messi and Mbappe. But I'm gonna be real, Messi. I've rooted for this guy in like 6-7 tournaments now, bro. Like it's a time's passed on, bro. It's Lamine Yamal's time. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for everything, bro.
Two Copas, the World Cup. You know, I was rooting.
He's done everything, man. He's done everything.
2016, like, listen, it's Yamal's time, bro.
Yeah.
Don't find me any Messi or Penaldo quote or Mbappe quote or Neymar quotes when they were similar age to Yamal. I've never seen a football player this arrogant, especially at his age. It's absolutely disgusting.
Okay.
But where does this arrogance come from? Is this just, imagination in Yamal's head? Could be, but I think it's more than that. I think it's the people that he's surrounding himself with. Because this is what his agent Jorge Mendes said. Lamine was the best player in the world in 2024, but people didn't vote for him because he's only 17. They didn't vote Lamine because they think that he would have more time to win the award. Lamine Yamal wasn't a top 20 player in 2024.
Okay. Before I let you all have your say, let me start. I remember Jorge Mendes saying this, and I don't think Jorge Mendes was correct in saying this. Now, I don't think Yamal was one of the best players in the world last year. I think he had a great Euros. He had an okay season with Barcelona, right? For his first season as a teenager, he did well,
decent,
right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't necessarily call him one of the best players in the world. I think he had the Euros is where he really shined. You understand what I mean, right? And this season, he continued that shine this season. Do you understand what I mean, right? Jorge Mendes saying that is something I necessarily don't agree with. Now, let's just be clear about Jorge Mendes. I don't know why everyone, first of all, Mo, I don't know, because I'm sure you just called him Penaldo. We all know, right? And you know what's funny about you, Mo? You think I didn't see you on Twitter when Ronaldo won the Euros and you sat there and called him the GOAT? This guy is such a hater, bro. You called him Penaldo today, but then he's the GOAT because he beat Lamine Yamal. Okay, cool. Anyway, let me finish the point. Jorge Mendes is also the agent of Cristiano Ronaldo. You understand what I mean, right? Do you know how many times this brother glazed Cristiano Ronaldo, bro? Do you have any idea how many times he glazed Cristiano? Respectfully, bro. Do you know how many times?
Man United, Real Madrid, Juventus days.
Everywhere.
Yo, we got Mendes PR, man. We're good. We're in good hands, man.
I'll very quickly, you asked me my top 5 who will win the Champions League next season. Barca, Madrid, if they fix up on the Javier,
PSG has to be there.
PSG,
Liverpool.
Manchester City might be back. Man City might be back. And the fifth one
has to be Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Liverpool.
agree?
Yes, thank you. Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's my top 5.
Yeah, same as me.
I think we are all in agreement. Yeah, right.
You know what it is? If any team had to, like, I would say maybe not win it out of the 5 you named, I would say maybe Man City because they had so many problems last year. But like,
but they have Pep, man. At the end of the day, I can never disagree.
They got good players.
listen, hey, hot take Omar. I think Pep's declining, bro. I really believe
Hey, listen,
that.
we'll see.
I
We'll
think
see
Pep
next
is
season.
gonna
Next
give them
season,
more freedom,
next
bro.
season we'll prove it. Next season we'll prove it.
Yeah,
If he
well,
doesn't-
this is a big season for them. But yeah,
Reinders.
Oh yeah, thank you, Hope. Thank you, Hope. Big up to you, bro. He says, "How is being ambitious being arrogant?" Okay, so I'm saying this month I'm buying a 6-bedroom house and 3 bad boy cars. That's being arrogant in this age. Yeah, apparently it is. Apparently, if I sit here and I tell you all that in 2026, by the time the World Cup comes, I will have 10,000 subscribers. I'm being arrogant for saying that, guys. I'm being arrogant.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
man.
I'm the most arrogant YouTuber on YouTube, man. How dare I say I'm going to get 10K subscribers? I remember at the start of the season saying I want to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of the season. I have 3K. I actually ended up blowing my expectations to the floor. Do you understand what I mean? But here's the thing. The reason I said I was gonna get that, you want to know why I said that? It's because at the end of the day, I knew I was gonna work for it. See, it's one thing saying that you're going to do something and be lazy about it. You understand what I mean? So this doesn't make any sense. Look up to Turbo Barca. It says, how would Barcelona play if they signed a left winger, and would Rafinha play in the Camp and bench Olmo? I don't think we'll bench Olmo, right? It's going to be very interesting. I think we're going to be rotating with those 3 wingers.
Oh, for sure.
And that's exactly what we need to do. But yeah, let's continue.
Lamine Yamal was in the top 24 play.
Okay.
What? But that's the thing. When you have delusional people around you saying delusional, disgusting stuff, at the end you're gonna believe.
No. Nope. No, Mo. No. Let me tell you something, Mo. Every single you know what? Thank God I just remembered it. How dare you say this about Yamal's agent? Do you know who's Dembele's agent? Do you have any idea what Dembele's agent was doing at Barcelona? You wonder why Barca fans hate Dembele so much? Why don't you go and do your history and see what Dembele's agent was doing at Barcelona? When Dembele was injured for most of his time at the club and was not playing, but his agent was sitting there acting like the biggest douchebag on world football. Right? Calling his player the most valuable player in the Barcelona team. And all of this BS. Right? He's an agent who's supporting his client. Of course, an agent is always going to support their client. It's in every single work of life. If I get too big enough that I have an agent on as a content creator, my agent is gonna go to every agency for sponsors and everything else. And you know what he's gonna do? He's going to tell them how I am the best thing right now in YouTube. He's gonna make me sound like $1 million because that is how you bring eyes to my channel. Do you understand what I mean? Like some of these guys, they are so out of touch, man. Like whatever, man. It is what it is.
What it is, bro.
I mean, what do you guys think of what he said here? Do you think he's? What do you think, Mo? I'm sorry, Jonas.
Bro, I'm gonna be real though. You need to remember, dude. It's like he's speaking from a hater's perspective. So, like at the end of the day, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Like I don't take anything in this video serious. Cause look at the title, guys. Remember, look at the title. Why I hate Lamine Yamal emoji. Come on, bro. Like that's not serious, bro. I'm not gonna take it too serious, bro. I know what it's for. And, fair play to him, bro. He's a good content creator, to be fair. He's very good. But
yeah, he's a good content creator, brother. Sometimes he just...
You're going to believe in it. He had a phenomenal 2024. And for me, he was the best player in the world last year with Spain and Barça. He wasn't Spain's best player. And he wasn't Barca's best player either.
Okay.
What kind of games? I mean, he's his agent. Obviously, he's going to just dick ride him and prop him. But this...
You know what's funny about this guy, right? I'm going to put you in the spot right now, Mo. If you're wallahi, man, if this guy, if Dembele's agent comes out in the next few days and says, I think Dembele should be France's best player and he should be the one that the French team should be building the team around, and if they build him around him, that they're definitely going to win the World Cup, bro, you would be the biggest cheerleader of that in the whole of YouTube. You would. What? See, this is the point, right? The things that you're calling out Yamal for, if your players did those things, you wouldn't have this energy. See, that's the problem, right? Because for me, you're making it sound like you have a problem with everything that he's doing. But the problem is, you're making it seem like you have a problem with everyone that does these things. But I don't think, and listen, Mo, you have my contacts. You can reach out to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But you probably... If you're going to be honest with yourself, if one of your players was doing what Yamal was doing, I don't think you have the same energy. Did you say these things when I know you're saying this about Mbappe now, but were you saying the things about Mbappe when he was at your club? Were you saying these things when Mbappe was using your club that time? I don't think you were. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, Jonas, you actually have to leave, right?
Yeah, I got a dip, bro. But it was nice being on stream. Just chilling. I was editing a video, bro. So I was like, you know what? So why not just go on Omar's stream? You know what I'm saying? So Omar, W stream, W chat. Big up to the chat. Smash the likes, right? And bro, I got a dip, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, big up to you, Jonas. Make sure you guys subscribe to Barça React, man.
Yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Peace out.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, let's continue what my guy here is saying.
Go for it.
This is where the arrogance comes from. This is where the delusion comes from. We have even more. You will win the Ballon d'Or next year. May God hear you. So Jorge Mendes has said Lamine Yamal was the best player in 2024 and he's going to win the Ballon d'Or this year. And as I said, when you surround your people...
So wait a minute. Isn't he currently challenging for the Ballon d'Or right now?
Yeah, he is. So basically, he's kind of correct. Basically.
So if Yamal wins the Ballon d'Or this year, what part of what he said was being delusional?
None at all. Because yeah, sure. Like it sounded delusional
problem, right?
in the
You
beginning.
see, when someone says, see, this is the thing, NJ. If you open the YouTube channel today and you said, by the time the summer comes around, I'll hit 500 subscribers, delusional. Because you have only been on YouTube for 2 months? And you're going to hit 500 subscribers by 2 months. What are you talking about? What do you mean? So what happens when you get... So imagine by the end of the summer, right? You hit 50 subscribers. Now you're 50 subscribers away from hitting 500. Now everyone's like, oh, is he still being delusional now? Does this sound delusional? Because he's almost about to win. He's almost about to hit 500 subscribers.
Exactly. Right. It's not really delusional. It's like, yeah, sure. Like, sure, I didn't hit the goal, but I was close. But...
No, but it doesn't matter if you're close. You could still hit it by the time the summer's over.
Exactly. Yeah, I could hit it too. So yeah, it's not really delusional at all. I'm just being ambitious, and
when you're surrounded by these kinds of idiots saying these kind of idiots.
What were you saying, NJ?
Yeah. So for me, it's not really delusional. It's more ambitious. Like, oh yeah, I'm putting goals. Step by step. It's not really ambitious. It's not really delusional.
Hey, listen, man. According to these people, it is.
Idiotic stuff in the media. It gets to your head. it gets to your head. Lamine is the best player in the world right now. What? Messi, the fraudulent pissy ambassador, Barça ambassador, voted for Yamal as the best player in the FIFA the Best award. I start to understand where the arrogance is coming from when stupid people.
NJ,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm losing brain cells listening to this, man.
I
I feel like I'm slowly losing IQ just listening to this. I really do. So you're telling me if I go on Twitter right now and I go to your channel, to your account, I will not be finding PSG props. I wouldn't. I promise you right now, if I open my Twitter right now, we will see a post of Mo with a Dembele with the Ballon d'Or.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
I genuinely, bro. I promise you all. I can literally check right now.
And Anthony, he's gonna brag it to the Barca fans. Oh, look at Dembele. He won it with us and not you guys. Yeah, it is what it is.
Look at
It
this.
is what it is.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? See, I'm checking. Here it is. Here it is. We found one. I found it. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
There you go.
I'm gonna pull this up right now. I don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. I'm gonna pull it up. Look who he has in his profile. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. Look who he has in his screen right now. But the Barcelona are feeding into his delusion. So what are you doing right now? You think if Dembele is just humbles to somehow stumbles into YouTube and just see, or stumbles into Twitter and sees this, his ego is not gonna go to the roof? Well, why are you boosting your guy's ego? This is boosting his ego. Basically, he's hating. He's angry because Barcelona Twitter channel is propping up Barcelona players. Newsflash, Mo, every single football club does this. Do you understand what I mean? When it's time for PSG, when the Ballon d'Or comes out, guess what, bro? If I go to PSG's account right now, I'm gonna find Dembele with the Ballon d'Or in 300 posts.
Oh yeah, sure, for sure.
We're gonna see Vitinha best midfielder. We're gonna see Ballon d'Or winner Dembele. We're gonna see young player Desiree Doué. We're gonna see best goalkeeper Donnarumma. We're gonna see it all.
Yeah,
we're gonna see it all.
Best team of the year, PSG.
And I'm not even saying that is wrong. If you are a football club, you have to hype your players. What, you're gonna talk about other players? No, if the award is given to a player who is not in your club, then you say, all right, congratulations to this guy for winning the Ballon d'Or. If Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or, guess what? Every Barcelona channel would say, congratulations to former Barcelona player Ousmane Dembele for winning the Ballon d'Or. What, are we haters then? Are we going to sit there and say, oh, it's an injustice, it's a robbery, Dembele was Yamal was robbed? No. No. We're going to sit there and say, hey, just like in the Champions League, when you guys won the Champions League, guess what, bro? We congratulated Ousmane Dembele.
Yeah, I did. That's something. I'm like, fair enough. You know that you played great. You know. I know that some Barca fans are salty for sure, but no,
of course, that's in every single club. Let's be real. Look up to Shaham.
But for me,
bro, it wouldn't shock me. Like, you know what? Sometimes, bro, if everyone loves a player, it's easy to hate on them because everyone was gonna start listening to you when you hate on people. But like I said, man, shout out to Mo. But yeah, Mo, I'm not standing on you on this one. No.
People are saying this kind of stuff. You actually start to believe in it. Morata, the best player in the world, is Lamine Yamal. How much money is he giving you to say that? And then.
Oh yeah, by the way, so you're saying this, then why is it that when your player, when Kylian Mbappe sat there and said Dembele is going to win the Ballon d'Or, you sat there and you agree with him? Why didn't you say the same thing? If you're gonna come at Alvaro Morata for saying that Yamal is the best player in the world, then please keep the same energy. Why is Kylian Mbappe? Was Kylian Mbappe getting paid by Ousmane Dembele or PSG? Or maybe Khalifi was paying Mbappe again. Maybe Khalifi has been paying him.
Yeah,
I guess Barcelona are paying guys at Van Basten. I guess they're paying him as well. I guess we're paying him as well. Apart of, I mean, we're broke, but for some reason we're paying.
we're broke. Oh man, people, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna call this all out. I don't care.
And you have the Ballon d'Or list where Yamal has 14.3% at fourth list. And once again, this I blame it on all the so-called bookmakers and all the media.
Oh yeah. Because Dembele should have been ahead of him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. By all means.
Okay,
By
that
all
makes
means.
sense.
Of course. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, man. Hey, listen. If you vote for bro, you know what, man? Like, I have to find jokes because this is actually incredible, right?
Yeah.
Look at this. So we got Mo Salah. This is by the way, this is in the beginning of the year, so that's why you see Vinny and all these guys in the list. But
Okay.
but this whole idea, this is just a joke, man.
The outlets. Best player in 2024. But let's continue lying. He's 17. Let's lie to him. Even included in the FIFA 2024 FIFA Best XI. What?
Okay. Yeah, that one was kind of controversial.
Yeah, this one I actually agree. I don't think he should have been in there.
Disgusting. What a disgusting thing. And as I said, all of this gets to Yamal's head. Why? Because in the FIFA Pro World 11, Lamine Yamal was not picked. What did he do? He posted this story on his Instagram with a gray background and headphones emoji.
What's wrong with that? He's gonna focus and work.
Well, welcome, Miguel. Welcome to this roast session. I hope you
going on, man. Sorry for being late. You guys have been on a good show.
Man, don't worry. Listen, you have just joined at the right time. Now, so according to Mo, I'm guessing you think that maybe he should have just been quiet and just hide in the darkness, right? Hide in the darkness, right? Because you didn't win, right? You didn't win. So he put a picture. This guy didn't even put anything in the picture. He didn't even say something like, "Oh, it's a disgrace that I didn't win the award. Oh, it's embarrassing that I didn't win it. Oh, why wasn't I included in the 11? Oh, it's a disgrace. Oh, they're always hating this and this and this." No, he just put a picture.
Yeah.
That's it. And a picture was enough to trigger you. Okay.
Yeah. Picture.
Oh yeah. Listen, I don't know if you've been watching Miguel, but
I've been off and on. I was driving, but yeah, I know you guys were talking about Lamine, and I know you guys. What you guys are talking about right now? The PSG fan or what?
Yeah. Hating on Yamal.
Yeah, the PSG fan. You see, as you can see in the title, he's saying why he hates Lamine Yamal. He said Yamal is arrogant and
You got space, bro.
Bro, some of the video. No, by the way, it's in the middle of the video. Don't worry. As the video goes on, you will understand why I was sitting here laughing. Bro. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Hope. Go ahead.
I bet you the same reason why he hates Lamine Yamal is probably the same reason why he likes Cristiano Ronaldo. It's just
he
the double
even
standard.
like Cristiano, right? So he doesn't like Cristiano. However, right, I just put him in the spot because he said something about the fact that the Barcelona channel or the Barcelona content creators on Twitter or places, they always hype up Yamal and it goes to his head. Bro, he is a PSG fan who does PSG content. Guess who he has in his profile? He has Dembele. I literally pulled it up right now. Look who he has. Look.
Yeah.
This is what he has, man. But he's angry because there's Barca Universe are saying Yamal is the best player in the world.
Yeah, no, I could see why he's angry though. Like the same thing has always happened with Messi and Cristiano, like the reverie supporters or there's always going to be this notion, but unfortunately, man, he's upset probably because he thinks that Lamine Yamal may actually win the Ballon d'Or.
That's the thing. That's why a lot of these
otherwise he wouldn't be upset. And honestly, people who hate Lamine it's totally ridiculous to me, because if you take a look at it from the standpoint of okay, so he's not as humble as Messi, but he's not over the top like Cristiano, who would just go out and say he's the best player in the world. And even Lamine said he would give it to the best player in the world. He didn't want to say who that player was, but if you hate Lamine, I would understand it. But if Lamine would actually say that he deserves the Ballon d'Or, or at least that Lamine is even if Lamine would say I'm the best player in the world, I would understand why people would get upset at him. But Lamine, really, he's not that over the top, to be honest with you.
This is the thing, isn't it? Well, you know what's funny, Miguel? They hate him because he sits there and says something like, they ask him, well, you guys are playing France. You know, many people are they're saying that, you know, you're in contention for the Ballon d'Or alongside what's his name? Ousmane Dembele. So do you think this game is important for who wins the Ballon d'Or? And then he says something like, well, if it's gonna judge who wins the Ballon d'Or, then I'm ready. People hate him for saying that. Like, this brother has never once said, I should win the Ballon d'Or. I'm the best player in the world. I should be this. I should be that. But they call him arrogant.
And the funny thing is, Omar, like, to me, the more days and the more tournaments we keep seeing, right, the more narratives are coming out. Because now, if we want to look at it, okay, so let's say Dembele, right, the Ballon d'Or. I'm assuming that he wants Dembele to win the Ballon d'Or, right?
So you just saw the picture. The picture don't.
But yeah. So my issue with the Dembele case, if I'm quite honest with you, is okay. So if we're looking at numbers, was he the best player in the UCL? No, Rafinha was the best player in the UCL. If we're looking at performances, what was his iconic performance? And if you look at Lamine Yamal, we can take Inter Milan. We can say many other times where Lamine Yamal came in clutch time for Barcelona, or we can say this. Okay, so wait a minute. So Dembele couldn't have his way with Di Marco the way that Lamine Yamal did, and then Dembele couldn't do what Nuno Mendes did against Spain, because Dembele faced Spain in the semifinals for the Nations League, and Nuno Mendes was the best player in that game. So where was Dembele every time that his team needed him, whether that was PSG or France? Now, with PSG, to be fair, he did have a lot of good performances, but nothing of note, nothing of iconic, right? There's no iconic moment that I can say Dembele. And now Nuno Mendes is having a much better case. And now let's say this, and I'll finish with this. If we're thinking Vitinha, in terms of Vitinha, he has won everything that Dembele has won.
Exactly. So why are we not talking about Vitinha?
With the exception that now Vitinha also has the Nations League. Vitinha has won everything he competed for this year so far, and he still has the Club World Cup. Now, Dembele also has the Club World Cup, but now Vitinha has a case as well. So there's all these other players around him that just seem to be better than Dembele, and it's not crazy to say that there's other teammates in his own team that could have if not as good, a much better case.
See, this is the funny thing. This guy says he would be the first one to tell you. He says we went from wanting Rafinha to win the Ballon d'Or to now we are hyping up Yamal. Well, I can say the same thing about Dembele, because you guys, right, have been putting Dembele in this pedestal. Here's what, bro? Why is Vitinha not being put in the pedestal? Vitinha has won more trophies. He's won every single trophy for club and country in 2025. Why are you guys not talking about Vitinha? Vitinha should win the Ballon d'Or.
Did you see that goal where that heel pass from Dembele to Vitinha? Vitinha did a completely circle around the whole field. I think it was the second Dewey goal. The second Dewey goal I'm talking about the UCL final, where Vitinha picks it up in his own box. He picks it up from a CB, drives all the way to the middle, passes to Dembele, who heel passes back to him like a wall, and drives it to the middle of the field once again, almost by the box, and sends Dewey on a one-on-one. Dewey scores there.
The problem, bro.
But that whole play was Vitinha, bro.
You know why? It's because Vitinha didn't score in the quarterfinal, round of 16, Champions League final. He didn't score in all of those things, right? We need goals and assists. See, that's how we judge the players. Do you understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, man. It's embarrassing. But I want to let's continue with what this guy is saying.
Whilst having the Copa trophy in his hand, saying, "Oh my God, I got robbed." He actually believes he's part of the 11 best players in the world.
Bro, he put a picture, and
headphone. that. He actually believes that. The amount of delusion in Yamal's head. And when you start believing all of these ridiculous stuff inside of your head, disgusting acts start to happen. Flick. Lamine was sad because he was subbed off, but it was the end of the match. I wanted to change something. I remember when Mbappe.
Bro,
Yeah,
I used to remember Cristiano. I didn't remember Lionel Messi being angry for getting substituted.
Well, my issue with people who hate on Lamine is that they talk about us who talk about Lamine and say that he's the best player right now, like we're just hyping him. Even I made a video on my channel about people blaming Lamine for the Spain loss, right? And that somehow, some way means that Lamine is the best player, because otherwise, if he wasn't the best player, why are you blaming somebody who wasn't even his fault? And the problem with them is like they think that we're hyping him. Dude, we're not hyping Lamine. Lamine was top 8 at 16 years.
Miguel, let me tell you what it is. You know why that is? You have to understand, bro. A lot of these, especially PSG fans who are calling out Yamal is in direct competition with their player, and Yamal is a better footballer.
But why are they saying that that we're hyping him up when
they know. You gotta understand.
Odds, dude, if you look at the odds are saying that Lamine should be top 1 or top 2, and he was top 8 at 16 years old. What are you talking about? Why are you saying that this is hype? This is actual truth. This is truth. I'm not saying.
Miguel, let me tell you this. You want to know what the problem is, Miguel? These guys are not stupid. They know how good Yamal is. They know Yamal is one of the best players in the world. See, they know. As much as they lie to themselves, they know that Yamal is one of the best, if not the best player in the world. This is why every time Yamal has a good game, they are rattled. Do you understand what I mean, right? Because they want their golden boy to win the Ballon d'Or. But the problem is their golden boy is nowhere near as good as our golden boy. And they know that, right? So every time our golden boy plays well, they get rattled, because that's just one step closer to winning the Ballon d'Or. So this is why you saw it. When Yamal had a stinker, all these PSG fans all had Dembele as the Ballon d'Or everywhere.
And
because all of a sudden, because they were rattled, they were scared of Yamal winning that trophy.
Yeah, they were really happy. Right? They were really happy.
They were rattled with him winning that trophy. The fact that he not only didn't win the trophy, but had a stinker, they now have all of the energy now for the rest of the summer to prop up why Dembele should win the Ballon d'Or. Do you understand what I mean, right? Because they're going to sit there and say, well, Dembele won the Ballon, won the treble this season.
Dude, I want to tell PSG fans to be really careful and set their expectations right. And I know let's remember Vinicius Jr. Everybody, I thought it was just all said and done that he was going to win the Ballon d'Or, and all of a sudden Rodrigo ends up winning it, because you don't never know. We don't know what Vitinha is going to do in the Club World Cup. We don't know if that's another case that's going to get built, and not just that, but if you remember, like all I'm saying is, like, for example, Real Madrid. And they're just thinking that Vinicius was going to win that. And you never know with Ballon d'Ors. At the end of the day, you never know what their voters are going to say and what they're going to count in or count out. And so we just think, oh, okay, Dembele. But look, the problem with Dembele is that there's two other teammates that are going to deserve it, and that might take away some votes. And that's exactly what happened to Vinicius Jr., because some people thought it was Jude Bellingham who should win it. So, and the same thing may happen to Rafinha, though. I'm just going to be honest, Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, because Rafinha may take some votes away from Lamine, and at the same time, the same thing is going to happen here. Like Vitinha may take away some votes away from Dembele, and at the end of the day, we never know how it's going to end up.
Because Portuguese fans will want to see Vitinha win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah,
like French fans might want, and most PSG fans might want Dembele to win the Ballon d'Or. Guess what? These guys could say, "Listen, we want our player to win the Ballon d'Or. He helped us win the Euros. He will help us win the Nations League. Yeah. He won the treble. He was part of the team. He was the best midfielder in the world." All right. Many people were putting him up there with Pedri all season. We put him up there with Pedri every single time, and he won the big trophies. You understand what I mean, right? Yeah. And he was there to do it for club and country.
I just think that, at the end of the day, having another player that could potentially win it in your own team does hurt you. and it's been proven. Like I said, there was a lot of votes that should have gone to Vinicius that went to Jude Bellingham. For whatever reason, I didn't think Bellingham deserved it, but some voters thought that Bellingham should have been in. They gave votes to Bellingham, and then Vinicius didn't get that vote. Same thing is going to happen to Dembele, and that may be because there's this narrative that Lamine should win it over Rafinha. So if the voters think that the same way, they may not vote for Rafinha and give it to Lamine Yamal instead. And that could be the difference as well. I'm just saying, I'm not saying Lamine will win it. If they give it to Dembele, it's totally fine.
You're building a good point, but I'll tell you this about Vitinha and why I think, especially Portuguese fans who want to see Vitinha win it, is because, let's be clear here, Dembele, the guy that they want to win the Ballon d'Or, just played in the Nations League against Yamal and was completely crap in that game. Shit. Didn't perform well. What did he do in the game? Do you understand what I mean, right? Was absolutely cooked against France, right? Cherokee was the guy who came off from the bench and actually looked like the best player. Do you understand what I mean?
As soon as Cherokee came in, they started playing really well.
That's what I'm saying. Well. But the day before, Germany were playing against Portugal. Germany were winning 1-0 when Vitinha came on. Vitinha comes in, gets an assist, and basically changes the whole game on his own from the midfield.
Like, oh my days. Like, oh my days.
Do you guys see my point? This is what I'm telling you, man. Yeah. The conversation should be there. But
that's what I'm saying. That the Club World Cup may give it to Vitinha, so it could be a close race. So and this is what I'm telling you. Like, if some voters who think that Lamine will win it, and Lamine will get a lot of votes because he's top 2 at least. He's going to be top 2, maybe top 3, but I don't think so. I think Lamine will at least be number 2. But if somehow Dembele loses some votes because of that point that you just made, that may be, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have Lamine Yamal win this thing. And it's going to be sneaky.
I don't care. I will be the most shameless man on you, bro. You don't understand. I'm doing another one of these shows, you know. I'm going to do this show, and I'm going to make sure every one of you guys are here. We are going to all drink and enjoy the meltdowns because I know he will do a video on that, and we will. I will put his video on this stream, and we're gonna react to it, man, and see the it's gonna be great. You don't understand? Let's keep going.
Okay.
With Tuchel did this. I think Neymar's done it before. Ronaldo's done it before. Who does Dogmal think it is? This disgusting video of him dancing with this thingy. First of all, he's just.
What do you mean disgusting? He's just celebrating that he won a tournament. That was the
Supercopa.
The Supercopa. Like, why is it so disgusting to celebrate after winning? It's like, how dare? This is the same problem I have with baseball, bro. This is the same problem I have with baseball, where let's say that Ohtani scores a grand slam, and how dare you celebrate? And how dare you do anything that you do in baseball? It's deemed disrespectful. And this is along the same lines. After you win, you are entitled to celebrate however you want. If you don't like it, then stop him.
Facts.
That's the same thing. Did Lamine Yamal celebrate it after losing to Inter Milan? I don't think so. That's what you gotta do. You don't like it, then you gotta beat him.
Stop him. Yeah.
It's like this is ridiculous, man. I don't even know.
I'm actually
over.
So, do you have any idea how much time, my friend, you have to actually go out of your way to watch a guy after winning a trophy dance?
Dude,
bro, no, Mo, respectfully, Mo. I don't know if you're gonna see the stream, bro. Brother, you've got time, you know.
Like, I know you like to run agendas, bro. Celebrations,
but brother, you have time that I could never have. I could never do this, bro. Not for I don't care how much I hate a footballer, bro. I would never, ever have this much time for a player I didn't like.
Dude, do you guys have seen that video from Real Madrid celebrating in the locker room and going all like this and like Rudiger and like that one. Yeah, you know how much I hated that video, but they were definitely deserve of celebrating however you want.
When you saw that video,
like it.
Yeah, Miguel, when you saw that video, did you make a video about it saying how dare these guys celebrate like this?
Hell no. I hated that video because dude, they're like dancing on your grave, right? And there's nothing you can do to stop it. The only thing you can do is win the freaking game. That's it.
Yeah.
If you don't win, you know they're gonna celebrate. You know how much I loved making fun of Rudiger after making fun of Barca when they lost to Leganés, and that video where he's showing like the phone where Barca lost the game. Did you see that video, Mark? Yeah, we all made that. We all made fun of him when we won on against Real Madrid when we won those titles. Why? Because it's just so much sweeter. And the same thing happens to dude. You're entitled to celebrate, but people are going to make fun of you when you lose. But that doesn't mean that's a disgusting video. Like that's ridiculous.
No. Let me hear.
Topping another man, Neymar Jr. I know he's like his idol and everything, but it was just so.
So. Oh my God! Nah, this is crazy. This is actually good. Bro, you're hating a teenager for acting like a teenager? You're hating a teenager for acting like his age. Because let me remind you something. Let me just give you a newsflash, Mo. I want to know what you were doing when you were 17. You're telling me that when you were 17, you were supporting PSG. You weren't doing Zlatan celebration like this whenever he scored a goal. Tell me more that you weren't doing that. Tell me more that you were not doing that, bro. Tell me when Zlatan was scoring in the league, I was doing this in front of the opponent fans. You weren't doing it with him. Yeah. When you were 17.
I think the hardest thing to do is to actually realize how young Lamine is. And not only that, but the hardest thing for people to do is to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Like you always look at it from your perspective. You're not looking at it. It's hard for people to put yourself in the perspective of Lamine.
See, this is the problem with people like this, bro. I'm gonna be very honest, right? And I'm not gonna, with all due respect to Mo, I don't hate the guy, right? Like I said, this is not me calling your ball knowledge. I'm not sitting here saying that you are a complete muppet. None of this, right? I'm just breaking down your video. Here's the problem I feel like a lot of these people who say this thing have, right? Sometimes these people think because they come from a certain side of the world and they've been raised a certain way that everybody has been raised like them. That's not the case, man.
Dude,
that's not the case,
but if you look at it from Lamine's standpoint, this is a kid who is 17 years old, who's about to be 18 years old, who's about to sign the contract of his life because he hasn't lost an important game at this point. Everything he's competed, he won it. Like, he's living the life, bro. Like, he's beating Real Madrid. Every time he plays against Real Madrid, he balls out. And he's been a key player for the Euros. He's been a key player for Barcelona this season. And you want to take away a few moments where he wants to show off that he's still celebrating after the game. This is where it comes in, where you're not putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. Like if you were him, you would be doing exactly the same thing or probably even worse.
Yeah.
This is incredible. It's truly incredible. It's truly incredible. Huh?
Lamine is just living the life, bro. He just won it. He just won the Super Cup. He's been winning every single tournament.
He's acting like his age. That's the fucking problem in this situation. He's acting like a fucking teenager, man. You're hating a guy for acting like his age. This is what I'm telling you. Some of these people that don't like Yamal, I don't think they even realize who they're talking to. You hate the guy because he's doing things a child would do. Oh, he's being childish. Newsflash, he's a child. He's a child acting like a child. How about that?
And there's always this notion that he is so forced and that he's trying to have the aura. Dude, Lamine Yamal. You know what aura is?
That's what
aura is balling out.
Cringe, so forced, so disgusting. You can see all the Barca players in the video. They're like, what is he doing? Like the only ones that were hyping up was like the youngsters, the Kubarsis and the Barsis and Casados. And then after Barca lost versus Monaco, Yamal posts this on his Instagram. You lost. But no. You know what? I'm an ego.
Wait, what?
So, did you guys hear that? So basically, You know what? No, you know what he wants? You know what Mo wants? Mo wants Yamal to go and cry. Because that's how they do whenever they lose, right? When they lose, they go and
he's
cry.
upset that
So
Lamine posted. It wasn't the start that we wanted, but this is just getting started. Let's go. What's wrong with that? What the hell, bro? This guy is really something, man. I've seen this guy.
You know what he wants, Miguel? Miguel, he wants the guy to go and cry, bro. Because you know when PSG lose, they go and cry and whine and complain on social media, right? So
He's totally
he
addressing the fans and saying, you know, don't be so down on yourself. Like, we are going to turn this around, which is exactly what they did. They turned everything around, and the only reason why we lost that game is because we had one less player on the field for most of that game. And there's nothing wrong with Lamine doing it. If you want to say that way that taking the second place medal, taking it off, or leaving the field before his teammates, I can hear you. I understand that. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy like you are, like this guy is, because like this guy is literally bashing Yamal for like literally saying what a normal person would say after a loss. Like, dude, we're coming back to, and he's making a point. And right, it's funny. Right after I said that point about calling Lamine Yamal a force or a type of player, he goes out and say it, because that's exactly what every Madridista does. Like, they just call him he's a force and he has more. Now they're saying that Mastantuono kid has more aura and he's going to be better than Lamine Yamal. It's funny how this Real Madrid is this club who is so into themselves. Like, they are so desperate to have that 17-year-old kid that is going to be the best player in the world, that they go on and sign this Mastantuono kid, and they're already saying that he's going to be better than Yamal. They always they say that Barca's thinking of them, and it's more like them thinking about Barca.
Bro, it's fine. They can do whatever they want. I don't even have time. You see, when you ignore them, bro, that makes it worse, because they say things to get us to react. So sometimes ignoring them is the best thing, because when you ignore them, they get angry because they're like, oh, why is he not responding? Whatever. Anyways.
All right. I scored my first UCL goal. I don't care that my team lost. I'm gonna put out a positive Instagram post. You know,
do you even know what he said? You don't even know what he said. You don't speak Spanish.
Egoistic. I just care about myself. I don't care about the team. The club is alone after certain thing that could negatively affect Lamine Yamal. He ignores children who want to take pictures with him after he won the award. He shows frustration when he gets substituted or even refuses to give interviews after games.
Can I just say this now? How, like,
that's such a lie, bro. I'm like, there's no way.
So let me get this straight. You go on social media and you find any person, just someone on social media who says something about Yamal, and you take it as the truth. So let me ask you this, Mo. Because Mo, this is the funny thing. When I go into social media right now, I find people who don't like you. You, Mo, right? Who I search, I put PSG INT hate. There are people who have tweets of you saying things. They don't have any evidence that you said it, but they say that you said this and this and this and this and this. Do you understand what I mean?
So
there are people who don't like you, Mo, so much that they say that you say things that I don't know if you said them or not.
So the one thing I would tell Mo is so there's no videos of PSG players celebrating after they won the Champions League. I saw even Dumfries making fun of Lamine Yamal wearing the double glasses. And that's fine. It's all fun and games. You can do that when you beat somebody, when you beat your player, when you beat a team, you can go and celebrate. It's totally fine. And now, so you're saying that there's no PSG fan after a loss going on Instagram saying, okay, it wasn't what we expected, but we are going to come back and we are coming stronger and better. So there's no PSG fan that goes on Instagram and posts something like that, because that's exactly what he's saying.
Because that's what I think. Lucas Hernandez posted a picture of him celebrating Hakimi. Right? So
thank you. Hey, but hey, we don't talk about those things anyway.
Who does this guy think he is? Who does Lamine Yamal think he is? Let me repeat that. Who does Lamine Yamal think he is? Look at this goal here from Rafinha. Look at why Yamal. Look at the gesture Yamal. We've seen countless of videos where Ronaldo does that, when he doesn't get the goal and gets mad. This was a crucial goal for Barca.
Okay, first of all,
I didn't see any gesture.
Hold on a second. So Rafinha had the ball, was running towards the box. As Yamal was asking for the ball. When he took the shot, did you see Yamal show any frustrations after the goal went in?
That's what I'm saying.
Let me rewind it. Let's rewind it. Listen.
We've seen couple of
here's the goal. Is he angry here?
Countless of videos when Ronaldo does that, when he doesn't get the goal.
But you know what I would say to this?
Being angry.
You know what I would say to this?
You got the wrong video.
You know what I would say to this? I watched that game, and I was thinking that Rafinha was selfish there because there was a chance that he could miss that goal. There was a chance that I was barely in. That was maybe 1 yard away from that post. So now it's okay because he scored. But had he not scored, I'm screaming because Lamine Yamal, it has a tap in right there. So if you take a look at it from that standpoint, there's nothing wrong with Lamine asking for the ball there because that's really where the ball should go. That should have been a pass.
Yeah. I'm like, yes,
you gotta take the easy goal, bro. Why you take a chance of missing it? Why would you take a chance of missing there? Like, just do the easy thing to do, which is give it to Lamine. There's no question about it. Like, this is ridiculous.
He would have the right to get mad at it, but he has like his players does he do that too as well in PSG when they play? Like the times where like Barcola or Dewey being selfish, instead of passing it to some.
Just because you scored doesn't mean that was the right thing to do.
Exactly,
and it's okay when a player shows frustration, even if you score, because if you think about it in football terms, like actual football, American football, like coaches hate when you score a touchdown when it wasn't the play design. Why? Because that means you're being selfish. That means you're not following the play. And in this instance, it's a little bit of the same. In the long run, you're gonna make more mistakes by choosing to do it the hard way than to do it the easy.
No. So Miguel, let me just answer Touchline 1 second here. Touchline, nobody is saying that you have to like Lamine Yamal. See, the problem that you seem to not understand is sometimes the logic of why people don't like a player, it needs to also be studied. Do you understand what I mean, right? That's like me saying, let's say if I say what? I don't like Kobe Mino because, I don't know, Kobe Mino doesn't talk too much. Like, does that sound logical to you? Touchline, if I say that to you. If I tell you I don't like one of your players because he doesn't show enough emotion. That doesn't make any sense. This is the problem that we're saying here, right?
You guys know, I don't like Vinicius Jr. You know how many videos I could make of actually making great points of bad gestures from Vinicius Jr. for not doing the right thing and for not doing and not conducting himself as a professional. There's so much I could say, and it has nothing to do with liking or not liking a player. That's the thing with Saka,
right? You do have a point. Some people, Saka gets hate because of the way Arsenal fans prop him. Yes, they do. You understand what I mean, right? But some of those, they're rivals being rivals. Do you understand what I mean? Like when rivals go too far, sometimes, right? Listen, if you're a United fan, you don't like Arsenal, so you're never gonna prop an Arsenal player. If you're a Tottenham fan, you hate Arsenal. You're not gonna prop up Arsenal, right? So whenever Arsenal have a golden boy, you're always gonna talk shit about the player, but it's never gonna be personal. I don't think a lot of these people that don't like Saka hate him because of anything personal. Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
you understand what I mean, right?
Yeah,
I don't think you dissing or trolling Saka is because you hate the guy. You understand what I mean? It's more to do with the fact that you're a United fan and you don't like Arsenal. So anytime Arsenal lose, you're always going to talk about their golden boy because that's the guy that they always prop up. You understand what I mean?
I don't mind. I don't mind if Mo hates.
Let me land this, Miguel, before you, because I'll let you go. If some of these people don't like Barcelona, that's the problem. They don't like Barcelona. So anytime our golden boy or our star has the stinker, they call him out. That's not the problem. I did the Football Mania show with you that day, right? All these guys were coming at Yamal. Did I sit there and say, oh, why are they all hating on Yamal? No, I understood when I came to that Football Mania show that Yamal was going to get cooked and I was going to be the one that they were going to come at. Because guess what, bro? It's normal, right? He's our star player. If he has a stinker, of course everyone is going to talk about the terrible game he had. You understand what I mean, right? And they're going to talk to to me, the Barca fan, and say, yo, where was your player? Where was your best player? Where was this guy? Where was that guy? It's when people hate a player so much that they start questioning everything that this person does. So when this guy is dancing, they hate him because he dances, right?
Yeah.
Oh, when this guy says, I want to win this, oh, he's arrogant because how dare he say he wants to win this? That's when I'm like, bro, you're just a salty person. You just hate a person so much, everything that they do just bothers you. You understand what I mean, right? That's a different levels of hate.
Yeah. So for me, it's like this. Look, I have no problem if Mo hates Lamine, right? I just think he's making terrible points. Because like I said, if he was making that video showing Lamine taking off his medal for the second place and leaving before his teammates, I can hear some of that. But the points that he's making are just ridiculous. That has nothing to do. I don't like Vinicius. I don't like Cristiano. There's other points that I can make for why I don't like Cristiano, but the points that he's making are absolutely terrible.
See, this is the thing, Mo. See, this is the thing. I said it before. This is why I've said it. I said, even in this video, he said something which I agreed with. NJ will tell you. I agreed with him on something he said here. You understand what I mean, right? There are certain ways when he reacts, when he doesn't get what he wants or he doesn't win, that I don't like. He has to get that out of his game, right? When you lost in the Nations League final and you were walking out while all your teammates were standing there giving respect and you just walked out like that. You understand what I mean, right? You got to take your defeats with grace. Take it with grace. I'm not saying you should be happy that you lost, but take this defeat as motivation. The next game, I'm going to turn up. We're going to turn up. I will always remember this. Today's your moment, right? You were the better team. You did your job.
Yeah.
But when you walk away, that shows that you're salty. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like you can that's okay. And there was actually a video where it shows where Lamine Yamal was clapping for a moment. He just didn't stay the whole time, but he actually was clapping and he was right there, giving respect, and he just left earlier than everybody else, and that's fine. He wants to show that it hurts. I actually kind of like it. I disagree, but I kind of like to see that fire, to see that anger, to see that he doesn't want to lose. It reminds me of Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the worst loser I've ever seen. Like he would just, every time he would lose, he would just get upset and he would just fuel to the fire, and that's actually going to bring the best of him. That will bring the best.
Jordan never liked Louis. Bro, Jordan was one of the most hated athletes of all time. He's one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
Dude, he punched teammates.
Even the late great Kobe Bryant, bro. If you know from listening to his teammates, the kind of guy that he was, bro, he was not the best teammate, bro. He was not the best teammate. A lot of his teammates could not deal with him because he just had this Mamba mentality. His mentality was another level, bro. The guy hated losing so much.
He sent Isaiah Thomas. He sent Isaiah Thomas on his own plane. He said he's not getting on the plane because he was so upset that he had a terrible game. He's like, Isaiah is not going on the plane with the rest of us. He didn't play great. He's the only one. He was like blaming Isaiah Thomas for playing bad on that game, and he was blaming him for losing that game. He's like, he's not getting on this freaking plane. It's a little bit of that, and I do. That's why I do like seeing kind of that attitude from Lamine, because it just means that, okay, so this loss really got to you, and the fact you took it personal because you didn't play great, you're gonna come back from. He's made all the right stuff.
I don't have a problem with the player saying, listen, if he's not happy, don't be happy. Yeah, bro, you can be pissed off, completely pissed off that you lost, right? But sit there, give them the congratulations, stay there, be respectful, but just don't be happy. You can be angry the whole time if you want to. That's fine. But guess what, bro? You will have your moment. You will have your moment. Do you understand what I mean, right? It's all good. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, but yeah, let's finish this, guys, because I do want to
gets mad. This was a crucial goal for Barca and UCL group stage versus Dortmund away. And that's what Yamal is doing. The ego, the fame, the money, the PR, the disgusting narratives, all the disgusting quotes, everything has entered into Yamal's head. He's even moving like Vinny. Look at what Yamal is doing. Look at the disrespect. You are 17. Look what he's doing. Then he posts a story on Insta thinking he's some legend. Who does he think he is? And look at this disgusting video here. People here are singing, they're smiling, the Yamal is there. And he just sit there like, oh, who are these people, man?
Are you guys seeing this shit? So your man is just sitting down in a fucking bus and minding his business, and that is why you have a problem with him.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, this is incredible. This is
Like-
incredible. I have
like,
never in my life ever
they-
seen anything like this, you know?
You know,
They
actually,
don't forget.
I've seen this guy. I've seen his content, not that much, but I've seen, I think, on Twitter, and he actually doesn't have terrible takes. But
No,
this
that's the
video,
thing.
you
No,
I
must
no,
said
have picked
before,
up
listen, no,
No,
Miguel.
he's good.
I'm cool. Let me be clear. I've done streams with this guy. I've done streams with him twice on this channel. We're cool. We talk to each other a lot. You understand what I mean, right? We're actually cool. So this is not a personal attack on him.
No.
This
I
is
know.
a
That's what
personal
I'm
attack on
saying.
his
That's what
take.
I'm saying. But
It's his take that I'm breaking down. You understand what I mean, right? So Yamal is sitting in a corner, just sitting there. He never said a word. He's just sitting there, just minding his own business. It's enough for you to call him arrogant. Do you see what I mean about hatred? See, Touchline, I don't know if you're still here, but this is what I mean. What specifically is he doing right here? If
He's
you're
just
watching,
tired.
let me know what he's doing right here. I'm
just
confused.
absolutely ridiculous.
He's
Jesus
just tired.
Christ.
Look, I can tell he's tired right now, and people.
Really, let me be alone. Let me be alone. He has
Oh, yeah,
such a big ego.
So yeah, he has to align with people, man, because that's how you show you're humble. Be around the commoners, be around people like us, right? So if you're a celebrity, unless you hang around with all of us, then you are an arrogant person. So you live in Sweden, Mo. If you have over what? How many? Let me count. You have around almost 30,000 subscribers, right? So you go in a bus in Sweden, right? And you're in the bus, and people in the bus recognize you. What? You're just gonna go around hanging around everybody because you're a big famous person that everyone in there knows? No. If you're in the bus trying to catch a bus to go somewhere, bro, you're just gonna sit down and mind your business, right? You're gonna stand and mind your business. If somebody approaches you and say, "Yo, your UPS GINT, can I have an autograph?" You probably say, cool, yeah.
Mhm.
If in this video, right? If in this video he showed a video of, let's say, a child or a grown man walking up to him and said, "Yamal, can I have an autograph?" and Yamal said no, I could hear it. I could say, well, listen, yeah, the guy tried to show, he openly rejected someone who wanted to give an autograph, but no one approached Yamal here. You saw Yamal just sitting there. Everyone else is just minding their business, doing their thing. Yamal is just sitting there doing nothing. Jesus Christ, this is insane.
Such a big ego.
Hold on. What the hell?
As I mentioned before, the people surrounding him are the people that are giving him this ego. And one person I actually want to talk about is his father. I think his father, being a very bad father from what I can see, is one of the main reasons why Lamine Yamal is such a...
No, he's
Like,
talking
first,
about personal
I'm like,
matters,
first of
bro.
all, you
That is
can't-
disgusting.
That's
I'm not gonna
absolutely
lie.
You don't
not
know his
cool.
dad. You don't know his dad. I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
you
man.
can't judge someone.
Bro, like, with all due respect, Mo, you don't know the guy.
Yeah.
Like,
You
with
can't
all due
assume.
respect, man, I'm gonna be very honest, bro, because
A bad
we're
dad.
not
now,
judgmental people, man. As
Bro,
Muslims, we're not judgmental, bro.
before
You
Lamine
don't
signed,
know where this man has been. What is this man has been through, bro?
bro,
You don't
a
know.
lot of people have criticized Lamine Yamal's dad, and I'm just gonna say this: it's like I am gonna listen. Who am I gonna listen to? A guy who's making a video about hating on Lamine, or actual Lamine, who the story that came out before he signed the contract with Barca, dude, a 17-year-old kid who sat his mom and dad and told them, we need to be happy now that we are going to be rich, right? Basically, we need to be as happy as we were when we didn't have anything. So
Miguel.
that means this kid is basically telling his mom and dad that he has a happy family. And this guy is going to say that that's a bad dad? Dude, Lamine is made of the right stuff, bro.
Miguel, here's the thing, man. I'm a very lucky person. You see, if I'm not going to go into detail about my life, but I'll tell you this, bro. The reason I have a lot of things I have is because of the things my father had to do for me. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean, right? My father wasn't as lucky as I am. My father wasn't rich. My father didn't have any money, bro. My father was broke. You understand what I mean, right? My father came from the villages of Gambia, bro. My dad had to work his ass off his whole life so that I can have this.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean, right? So that I can have an easier path.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about a man who, when he arrived in Spain, was an immigrant. Do you understand what I mean? This man is a Moroccan immigrant. You understand what I mean, right? Came to Spain from Morocco to hustle to take care of his family back home, right?
Yeah.
He had a family, a wife, children, right?
It really opened my eyes.
Hold on, let me be clear. This guy had to bust his ass to get his son to enter La Masia. Do you know how hard La Masia is?
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Right? Do you know
you
how
gotta pay as well.
work that this man's father had to put so that Yamal could be in Barcelona's academy?
Yeah.
Right? To have
lot.
all of this. And today his son has made it. But he's a bad father.
Exactly. And the fact that Lamine was the one sitting down his family, that's so telling and eye-opening, and telling them, please, let's not lose that happiness that we had before we had any money. I want us to be happy now that we have more financial freedom. That was before he signed that contract, man. And then that speaks volumes about the kind of kid that Lamine is, and the kind of family that he has, and that relationship with his dad and relationship with his mom. And he has been criticized a lot because he's a Real Madrid fan. But who cares? That's dude.
Bro, it doesn't matter, man. I don't care about that.
Dude, you know how many Real Madrid players dreamed of playing for Barca? A lot, bro. A lot. I could probably find you. I don't know this, but I could probably find you a Vinicius picture or something that he said.
Isco,
like Barcelona.
Luka Modric, bro. There's too many. Like, we will be here all day.
Yeah. Even the kid, Mastantuono kid, he has a shirt with Barca as well. Like, bro, like in South America, there's only two teams, dude. We don't know Liverpool. Like, we don't care Liverpool. We don't care Manchester United. Down in South America, Madrid, Barca. That's freaking it, bro. Madrid and Barca. Those are the teams everybody wants to root for. Those are the teams everybody wants to watch. Nobody cares about the Premier League. Nobody, dude. It's just Madrid and Barca. I'm telling you. I live there. I know this. And every single player, it doesn't matter what they loved before and now. It's like,
exactly, yeah.
Now he's a Barca fan because his kid plays for Barca, for God's sake.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, let me just hear what this guy says. I know I'm gonna be pissed off by what he says here, but I'm not. Let's listen.
Unraised kid. He's not a raisely well kid. Because why? He's gotten all of this from his father. His father, recently got stabbed, which shows doesn't really take care of himself. He's not an organized person.
Okay.
He's not properly raised, bro. I just made the case why Lamine was properly raised as a kid. You're not looking this guy, man. This freaking guy, bro. Oh my gosh. That's so terrible.
Bro, he just talked about this guy getting stabbed, you know. Do you guys see what I mean when you don't have a lot of good self-awareness, man? This is what happens when you don't have a good level of self-awareness.
So tone deaf. Honestly, that's ridiculous.
Listen, man, I don't care. Listen, if Mo sees this, I don't care. I will even say this to his face. I do not care. Brother, there are certain things. If you don't know the whole detail about it, do not speak about it, bro. See, I don't go into any situation thinking I know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I don't like a player like Vinny. But here's the thing. I don't sit there. If I think that Vinny sometimes rattles fans and that's why fans racially abuse him, it doesn't excuse the racist incidents that I see on TV.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean, right? Yes, you can hate the guy. Yes, you can think he talks too much or he's an instigator. There is all of this. Fine. But the moment you start excusing racism because you don't like a player is when I have a problem. And that's why when it comes to Vinny, I always had a limit to my hatred for him. It was to do what he did on the pitch. I never said that he deserved everything that he used to get. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to say this now, man. You talking about the fact that he got bro, you don't know the life, man.
Dude,
Respectfully,
how is he
Mo.
talking
No, no,
about
no,
family
Miguel.
now? Like he took it from a sport to
No,
a
because you know
family.
why? You
Dude,
know why he's
this is
talking about
so
family?
ridiculous, bro, in
No,
all
you know
angles.
why? It's because he doesn't like Yamal's attitude and he's blaming his parents for it. He's basically saying this comes down to the parents not raising Yamal right. Basically,
My
he's just come out here and said Yamal's dad, recently got bro. Okay, what does that have to do? Like, do you? This is the thing, man. You're not in the streets, man. I am not from the streets. Do you understand what I mean, right? I have never had to hustle like a man like Yamal's father had to hustle. Okay, I have cousins, family members who have to hustle like that. You understand what I mean, right? That is how they gain a living. I don't know that life.
This guy in the chat says Mohamed's right. He's a Real Madrid fan, but he hates Lamine because he's cocky. So my question is, do you hate Cristiano Ronaldo? Because Cristiano Ronaldo was
This Mo guy is not,
way
you talk
more.
about him. I talk about him, Mo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, he's a PSG fan.
It's a double standard, bro. Because so, do you hate Cristiano Ronaldo? That's my thing. Like that's ridiculous, bro. Hating Lamine for being cocky. Oh my goodness. You know how many times
hold on. Give me a second. If you're talking about the guy here in the chat, right? He said, as a Madrid fan, I dislike Yamal because he's cocky and yaps too much. But damn, people are beefing a 17-year-old. See, he's even saying it here. He's saying, listen, I don't like Yamal, but the fact that people are going out of their way to actually like beef with him is actually embarrassing. You understand what I mean? Right now, I'll be honest, right? I think it's the Madrid fan in him that is talking right now. That's why he's finding a reason to hate him. Listen, I'm be honest, man. The other reasons why I hated Vinicius, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like him wearing the Madrid shirt is not another reason why I don't like him. It's one of the reasons, of course.
Dude, every Madrid fan told me during the Messi Ronaldo era that being cocky it's okay. So they cannot tell me that being cocky it's a bad thing now. We can say that. We can say that because we rooted for Messi and Messi was humble as hell. And now they can't use the double standard on Lamine Yamal, and that's probably why they're so upset at Lamine, because they can't hate him for that, and they still do, but it makes no sense.
Let's finish this, man.
And he even said a very disgusting and disturbing quote, actually. When he was asked if Lionel Messi was blessed with Lamine Yamal, he said, or Lamine blessed Lionel Messi. I don't know. For me, my son is the best at everything. When you have...
What's wrong with that?
Bro, first of all, you're not a parent, man. I mean, Miguel, I know you're a parent, right?
Yeah.
You're a parent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a son?
On the way.
Okay.
On the way.
There you go. Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bro, if your son one day chooses to become a footballer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your son chooses to represent, a club like Barcelona, and he has the same trajectory as a Yamal. Bro, if your son is going through the same trajectory, you're telling me you're not going to be supporting and hyping your son everywhere on social media. You're not going to come in here telling me your son is going to be one of the best players in the world, right?
Oh, of course.
You're not going to be sitting here being the proudest father in the world. Like, I don't understand what the issue here is. Bro, if your son is a professional footballer, do you understand how proud of a moment, how proud that makes a father?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Only they know how much money he actually invested into Lamine and how many times they were broke because of him. And this is ridiculous, bro. Like, in all angles. I understand why you're making this video about this guy. I'm serious.
No, I have to show you, because this is the thing. I'm using Mo as an example, but I'm telling you, a lot of people that don't like Mo, a lot of people that don't like Yamal, this is the same reasons why they don't like him. Like, first of all, you think he's cocky, that's fine. You think that he talks too much, that's fine. You think that he needs to tone it down, that's fine. It's when you start talking about a person's personal life when I'm like, okay, man, nah, man. If you don't know that life, bro, don't talk about it. You understand what I mean? Right? If you don't know about a person's life, bro, you're talking, like the fact that Yamal's father talks about, bro, that Yamal's father had to bust his ass for his whole life to give his son this life. Of course, he's gonna hype him up. His son, he's went from being a guy who had to hustle every day to make ends meet to now his son, who's 17, is getting paid so much. His father doesn't even have to work a day in his life. You're telling me that's not a proud father?
Yeah.
Mo, if you get to a point where you have a child that is doing so well that you don't have to work a day in your life, aren't you going to be a proud father?
This guy needs somebody that he can talk to before he makes his content. Honestly, and I'm not bashing him. He looks like he's successful. He's got almost 30K subscribers, but this will be one more reason for me to just be more worried about what I put out there, man, because this is totally out of line.
Sometimes listen, I get it. Sometimes this is YouTube. Sometimes
The more people you have following you, I think the more responsibility you have to do the right thing and to put you have to be more careful of what you put out there.
See, this is the thing. I want you to understand also. Sometimes you have to understand when it comes to some content creators like Mo, don't get it twisted. Mo is not stupid. Mo knows what he knows that some of the things he says is gonna rattle a few people. He knows. You understand what I mean,
he's
right?
trying to be controversial.
He knows, and sometimes you know what important is, bro. Sometimes controversy makes cash.
Yeah,
when you say something crazy,
controversy though, it's not always the best thing.
People will react. I just feel like sometimes we gotta tone it down. Because here's the thing with Mo, right? Mo is not a bad person in real life. He's very cool, right? But I would say sometimes, man, we have to be careful because we both of him and I, we're both Muslims, bro. And we're both devout Muslims, right? It's important to always also not to judge someone. You understand what I mean? Like, if you don't know a person's life enough, don't talk about it.
You can be controversial about the game. You can be controversial about players. You can be controversial about Lamine. But when you start talking about their parents, yikes.
See, at that point, I just have to score you out because I'm just going to be like, bro, respectfully, as both of us being devout Muslims and being people who in our Quran tells us to not judge people, we can't judge someone who you don't know what they've been through in their personal life. You don't know the life, bro. You've never lived that. I don't know if you know people around you who've lived that life. That's different. You understand what I mean, right? But unless you've walked that shoes, you cannot speak for that person. Do you understand what I mean, right? I am not gonna sit here and talk about anybody's life, not even Vinicius's personal life, because I don't know what that brother has been through. I don't know him enough. I don't know what he has had to go through in Brazil, right? How his family had to host. I don't know that life. I'm not judging him as a person. I'm judging his things he does on the pitch, because that's why I don't like him. What he does on the pitch is what I don't like him for. Bring up to Hope. Hope says, I need to ask the Barcelona panel something regarding Pep. Pep, ever since he started coaching the senior team, I don't know, in 08 or 09, has he ruined any player's potential or careers? If he has, how many? I'll be honest, right? If I'm just going to be unbiased with you all, I think certain players, yes. I think, I just mentioned Gudza is one, Grealish is one. Yeah, today, he didn't really do much well under him.
Yeah.
Just a few players, to be honest. That's why I'm worried that Turkey is there. That's why I'm worried about Turkey going there.
Turkey.
I wouldn't be too quick to judge Grealish, though. Grealish was a great player for West Ham, right? Aston Villa. Yeah, I always get those two twisted. But he wasn't a proven player when he went to Manchester City.
But he had potential, and I think Miguel, you know why his style of play doesn't suit Pep? See, we both know this as Barcelona. We all know this here as Barca fans, right? Pep Guardiola likes to coach everything, every tiny little thing, bro. Your movement, your pass, your shooting, where you should be, the lines, all of this. And here is the thing I want you to understand, Miguel. Certain footballers, they just thrive by giving what they want. A guy like Ronaldinho, you don't coach Ronaldinho. You let Ronaldinho on the pitch, right? A guy like Götze, when he was in Dortmund, he wasn't coached. He was let in the attacking midfield and let move, right? Messi, like there's a reason why Messi was the only player in Pep Guardiola history to ever be given a free role, because you don't coach Messi. You let Messi be Messi. Let Yamal be Yamal.
There's something to be said about coaching. We can see it on Flick and every Barca player. But I do believe that if you're a great player, it's hard for a coach to ruin you as a player unless you need to be developed. Because if we look at Rafinha, for example, under Xavi, he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad. And he just needed somebody like Flick who can coach him up and put him in great positions to succeed. Yeah. But I don't think that I have a lot of respect for Guardiola, so I don't think
No, of
that
course, I do
Guardiola
too. I
can
do
just
too.
ruin a player. I just don't think that Grealish ever showed.
I just think that you know what it is. I think Pep is a genius, but Pep can only work with certain kinds of players. Certain
Look at
players
Julian
they
Alvarez.
die under him.
Guardiola
Respectfully,
made a mistake.
that doesn't make you a terrible coach. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying you're a terrible coach, but every top manager always has players that he can't work with. You understand what I mean, right? Right. At the end of the day, for me, a guy like Pep couldn't work with a guy like Grealish. It was never gonna work out. Do you understand what I mean, right? That's why with Cherky, I'm like, Cherky, from what I've seen from him, is a player who he does well when he is given the freedom to move. And I hope that at City, right? City, Pep can look at him like he looked at a De Bruyne or like a David Silva, where he can be like, okay, I'm giving you a role. You can do whatever you want in that attacking midfield role. You understand what I mean, right? Give him the freedom. Because I think if he can do that, he can cook. However, that's going to be very hard because Pep Guardiola,
He's like rarely.
it's very rare for him to give players opportunities, man. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Guardiola, it's a great coach. I think I think he made a mistake with Julian Alvarez. I kept banging my table for Julian Alvarez to be a starter for Manchester City, and he never did it. But even not starting Julian Alvarez, you can see Julian Alvarez potential. You can see the kind of ceiling that kid had, and Atletico Madrid took him off his hands, and you can see now the kind of player that he can be as a very important role. And I do think that Guardiola, deep down, he knows he made a mistake with him. But other than that, I think that if you're just a good player, I think Cherky will do good for Manchester City. I think Wirtz would have been a better player for Manchester City. I think if Wirtz would have gone to Manchester City, I think he would have changed that team completely. But I don't think it's just my opinion. But I think that Cherky will be fine. I think that Cherky will be fine for Manchester City, but I think Wirtz was actually going to be a much better option for Manchester City.
That's fine, but let's just stay in topic because I do want to finish this video quickly, right? But let's continue to listen to what he has to say.
Have a father that says delusional stuff like this. When you have teammates that say disgusting stuff,
you know what? I don't want to make this about him. But I need to just say this, right, Mo? I've never met your dad. I don't know who your dad is. Your father is probably an amazing person, right? Most likely, right? Being the person that you are, right? I'm sure if your father is seeing how your channel is going, your father is the proudest man in the world. If many people look at your channel, the fact that your channel has been featured at PSG's main YouTube channel, all of these stuff, right? You've made it when it comes to doing these things. If your father sees what you've been doing, and people ask your father, do you think your son is one of the best PSG content creators? Bro, you would say, your father would say yes, and I know you're not going to deny that. Because that is a proud moment for your father to know that his son has achieved this much. Like Yamal's father should be proud of him. Look at what his son is doing. Do you see? Come on, man. He's acting like a father. Fathers usually work hard, push themselves, do what they need to do. Miguel, you are listening to what I'm saying. I'm not a father, but you are. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Fathers have to work hard every day, bust their ass because they're the man of the house, right? All of it so that one day when their children grow up, they can be men and women and be independent and become something in life. That is what every father's dream is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like his father is living the dream right now. But you guys tell me what you guys think. I'll be right back.
No. Yeah, I totally agree. I think that he's going into really the way he's taking this, he's taking it way too far, in my opinion. Once you start talking family, to me, that's really a topic where you really should be worried about or ask some people before you make this type of content, because he speaks and he goes on and speaks with his father in a really negative way, which to me, I think it's uncalled for. And as a matter of fact, I do think that he did a good job on Lamine, because every time I see Lamine speak, he always says the right things. He never goes out of line, even when he's getting interviewed. Like, the other interviewer from Cope was trying to get him to say, you are the best player in the world. You should be the one who should be saying, because Cristiano Ronaldo got a lot of hate for saying that he should win the Ballon d'Or. Do you think you should win the Ballon d'Or? And he said, I am not going to say that. He doesn't fall for it. Why? Because he was raised right. He's made of the right stuff. And every time I see him, he just looks like a smart kid to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah,
he can't really judge someone. Come on, wait. The moment that you talk about personal life, then that means you just lost to the point of your topic. Then basically, you're just attacking the person for no reason.
And it's not just Mo. It's the whole Spanish media as well. Like in Spain, they're criticizing him for wearing the hat on backwards as well. So it's like, brother, like, there's a kid that's 17 years old who's getting criticized for going to a press conference with his hat on backwards. And
because when you go this, Miguel, because they want him to act like Spanish, like how a Spanish guy's supposed to be, like, wearing like polo and stuff like that. He doesn't want him to be like a gangster-ish. That's why they're on him. But again, remember, not every guy that lives in Spain are Spanish. They're all immigrants. They have their own different beliefs, the way they're raised. So that's why there's an issue Spaniards with Lamine Yamal.
Yeah, and the fact that I think that he's talking about his dad, and the way he's talking about his dad is just insane to me. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And to me, I do think that he raised him right, because Lamine, there's people like literally dying for Lamine to say something wrong, and he never does it, dude. He never falls for it. Even when they try to get him to say that he's the best player in the world.
See, that's why they're reaching. Everything that he does, when he dances, they hate. When he talks, he hates. When he says congratulations, they hate. Because they know they don't have anything controversial to really say about it. Good God Almighty.
When you have a president saying disgusting stuff, when your agent is saying disgusting stuff.
President? Oh, you are not. How dare you talk about my president, bro? How dare? No, you are in the. Bro, should we talk about Khalifi? Oh yeah, because Khalifi is a great president, right? Sheikh Al Khalifi is a great president. He is a president that has no controversies at all. Let me tell you something. Recently, I was in a group chat and someone sent me something about how these guys had to bring in Messi, and I will send it to you all in the chat, Miguel and NG. I'll put it in the chat so that you guys can see it. Right? This guy. Where did you see? Because it's in Arabic, and I think my friend translated it for me, right? And he basically said, "This was I remember, and this is the people that run PSG. I know people look at Khalifa and think he's the one that owns it. It's a big organization. There is another person who owns it, who has major shares, right? Now, that person came out and he openly said that the reason they were able to keep Messi was because of Bitcoin. And you know what's funny? This guy is a reliable source from that side of the world. He told me that this is PSG's president. He's one of the owners of PSG, and he said this on an Arab channel, bro. I'll tell you, bro. Trust me. I will go into whole detail in the group chat, but I don't want to spend. But when it's about presidents and agents, bro, of course, agents and presidents are always gonna. I don't know why. I don't know why Mo is sounding like he's just realized now that football agents and football presidents hype their own players. I don't know why.
You become the disgusting stuff. You start believing in it. You start actually believing in it.
Okay.
But actually, I want to somewhat end this video on a more positive note of one great example from Lamine Yamal. And that's actually when it actually worked. But why he didn't trash talk before? It was actually Adrien Rabiot who trash talked before. He said Yamal will need to show more than what he's done so far in the tournament. If he wants to be in the final, Yamal scored a banger on Rabiot's head and then said, speak now after the game. And that's exactly what Yamal should keep doing.
Okay, so basically he is saying that Yamal should wait until he wins to talk. Okay. All right. Well, here's the thing. I will remember you saying this because
everybody can say stop before the game, but not Lamine.
Okay. Yeah. Just remain muted, man. Don't say anything because you don't deserve to speak. Listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. I don't care if you speak before the game, middle of the game, after the game. I don't care. You know what I care about? I care about you saying things and backing it. You see this past game when Yamal said, I was born for this, and they lost. When he was getting cooked on social media, I didn't say a word.
Yeah.
I didn't say a word. You want to know why I didn't say a word? Because game is game.
Mm-hmm.
You put your neck on the line. You came out and you said all the things you said on social media. So guess what, bro? It just comes with the territory that when you don't do what you say you're gonna do, hey, listen, man, social media is unforgiving, and you have to take the L on that moment, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that, and that's it's just how it is. Like, and people just don't get it. Like, okay, so if Lamine speaks before games, then he just adds on more pressure, more fuel to his fire. If that's something that motivates him, and it seems to be working, why not just keep doing it? It didn't work in this time, so now he has to grow and learn, and we're gonna see. But just to hate him because he does it, I don't get it.
It's sad. It's really sad. But yeah.
It is what it is.
Let your football talk, and then you can talk as much trash as you want. But when you talk trash before, you're taking a huge risk. First of all, you're showing.
I mean, you say he talks trash, but I don't see any trash that he says.
Exactly, bro. Like, he posted a picture like
Yeah,
a super Saiyan.
I don't know if you're
That's
gonna see
all
this,
he did,
but
bro.
you know me. You know that I am an objective person. I criticize my own club before anyone criticizes my clubs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You understand what I mean, right? Everyone, you guys know this. You guys have seen my stream. I call out everyone. Everybody can get it. You understand what I mean, right? If Yamal says anything, I will call it out and say, you know what, Yamal? You talk trash, bro. I'm sorry, but you do it. You talk trash. And if you get humbled, then you deserve to get humbled. I don't care if you play for my club. You understand what I mean?
But it doesn't talk trash.
You now,
he doesn't. He posted a picture of him as Super Saiyan. That's it. That's people who watch Dragon Ball Z like me. We know what that means. But people who don't know that, they don't know what that means. He's not talking. I don't see it as talking trash.
Anyway,
it's just motivation.
Let's just
everyone, how arrogant you are. Second of all, majority of the times you've made the prediction, you have failed. Okay. You have failed. You have failed. You have failed. You should.
That's not necessarily true, because some of the predictions that he's made has not yet been completed. He said he wants to win the Ballon d'Or, he wants to win the World Cup, the Champions League, and 2 La Ligas. Well, okay, he's already won 2 La Ligas. He's already won the Copa del Rey. He's already won the Euros. He's already won. He's contending for the Ballon d'Or this year, and will be content for next year, inshallah. Right? And next year, he has the opportunity to win the Champions League, and next year is also the World Cup. So if he wins the Champions League and the World Cup next year, guess what? He's already he fulfilled his promise before he even turned 21.
He's already talking about Lamine Yamal's failures, dude. This season, he found out what it was like to lose a final, which is the Nations League. Most people don't even care about the Nations League, and he found out what it was like to lose a semifinals game for the UEFA Champions League UCL. Yeah. And besides that, he won everything, and now he's talking about his failures. Come on, man.
Yeah,
it just don't make sense.
He's talking about his failures, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, let's just hear this. Let's just hear what my guy Mo.
Be quiet. Let your football speak for you.
Why? Okay. So he wants Yamal to act like Messi.
Shut up and dribble.
I'm sorry, with all due respect, bro. Not everyone is the same.
Basically, he's saying shut up and dribble.
God created us all different. There's a reason why we're all different. You understand what I mean? We are all special in our own ways. Every single one of us, right? Yes, I am not 100%. Like Miguel, and I am not like NJ. I'm different. That's why that's what makes me me.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have to be, bro. Yes, someone is quiet and mute and shy. That's them. Fine. I am an extrovert. I was born to be an extrovert. This is who I am. Sometimes people don't realize it's natural. A guy like Messi, the reason why Messi is quiet is because Messi outside of football has always been a quiet kid. Messi from a young age, from a child, was always a quiet kid. You understand what I mean, right? So when he became a professional and he became a top player, he was still a quiet kid, because that's who he is. Cristiano Ronaldo was a guy who always believed in himself. And that all comes down to what? Sometimes it comes to genes. If you have parents that are shy people, right? If you have a parent that is shy, guess what? Your child might grow up to be a shy person. Who did they get it from? They got it from the parents, right? They got it from the mother. They got it from the father. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
If a guy like Yamal, if his father is someone that is not really known for his shyness, He could get that from his dad. That
Yeah.
is natural genes. You can't change that. That is just something that is natural evolution. That's why we're all different.
Mhm.
Because sometimes it's not
Facts.
how we're raised, it's just who we are from birth. Anyways,
Why do you have to be such a disgusting human being? You're an extremely talented footballer. God gave you such talented feet. And instead, you're opening your mouth like a disgusting, unraised child. But as I said, I want to end this more positively. Here's Lamine Yamal being confident. In 2025, my mission is to improve in terms of goals. I want to score more. And he's already scored more. This is a confident opinion from Lamine Yamal. This is what Lamine Yamal should be saying. Be confident. Be confident. That's what Barca fans think. All of these arrogant takes here is confidence. It's not. This right here, this is confidence. And I completely support every player being confident in themselves, especially a 17-year-old with all of the.
so basically, you know what he's saying is that what he's saying is he wants Yamal to only talk about improving, but not actually setting goals to what he can win. That's what he's saying. So you know what I can do. So basically, it's like me, right? Saying, I just want to. I'm gonna just try and make more videos this year and just do more videos, and that's all I'm gonna do. But I cannot say something like, hey, you know what? I want to hit 4,000 subscribers by the start of the new season, because that's arrogance. That's delusional.
Mhm.
He's
You're mute. I
basically
think-
setting up the line of where he wants Lamine to be. It's like, I think it's ridiculous that Lamine has to follow what he wants Lamine to say. What he wants
This is the
doesn't want
problem,
Lamine to
isn't it?
say. He can't
This is
say
the
that.
problem that I have with these people.
Lamine Yamal, it's
Right.
a confidence kid. Well, you take him or leave him, and I guess he just trying to give Lamine unsolicited advice. And he the type of person that he has a Bible of what players should be nowadays, or what? Because why he is trying to educate Real Madrid or Barcelona or all these players for that matter, how they should act and how they should be. They should be whoever the hell they want to be.
And you know what the worst thing about what
Yeah.
this guy Mo is saying? He supports PSG. Does PSG look like a club that is humble? Did this club
No.
act humble? Have you seen PSG fans? Have you seen PSG the club?
Oh, I see
Have
them
you
all the
seen the
time.
way their fans act?
I see it
Does
all the time.
does that club move like a humble club? And he is
How
the most
should talk about
diehard
his
PSG
team.
fan that you will ever meet.
He should
Does
talk about his team.
I never hear you. Do you ever question the bad things that your club be doing? I never hear you talking about how some of your
Did
fans
he ever
are
make a video of why I hate Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Because nobody was more confident than
the
Ibrahimovic.
PSG ultras.
And he
Has
has
he ever
he
called them
has
PSG
a shirt for Ibrahimovic, and nobody was
yeah, he
more
did.
confident, and nobody was more
You know what? Thank you so much, Mo.
controversial than Ibrahimovic.
Mo, you know what's funny about this video, right? Is when you realize he's got Zlatan Ibrahimovic
Yeah.
behind him. You are calling this kid all of these things. You have come out and said on stream that you don't like arrogant footballers. You said that. You said it's not
Oh
just
my
Yamal.
God.
You just don't like. He doesn't even like guys like Ronaldo. He said he doesn't like Ronaldo. He doesn't like LeBron James. He doesn't like all these guys because they're arrogant. Okay, does that count for the guy? Then why do you have a picture, a frame picture of Zlatan behind you, man?
Because he's from Sweden. That's why.
Zlatan
He's gonna-
Ibrahimovic said
No,
he's
it's
the
like
god of
you are
football.
trying so hard to sound sensible, but you are just
He
contradicting
said he's the
yourself.
god of football. And that's all you have to know about Zlatan Ibrahimovic, bro. And does he have a video of why he hates Ibrahimovic?
No,
I'm
because
serious, dude. Like, what
he's in
is
the
he
same
smoking? And then
same
he goes,
country, same country as Zlatan. That's why he won't admit it because they're both from Sweden.
Well, whatever. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Is he gonna admit that he's biased? If he admits he's biased, it's fine.
The pressure Lamine Yamal has on himself. I'll return better than ever from my injury. I'll be ready with more hunger. When you stop playing for a while, you start to appreciate work. Lamine Yamal, once again, this is just a nice quote. This is what Lamine Yamal should be saying. Being
Nice
confident
things,
in
nice
himself. That is no problem. But trash talking.
This is embarrassing. I just have to put it down here right now. This is just embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is truly incredible, right? How I'm gonna be very honest. It sound, you know what? I don't mean to call you out more on this, but brother, you sound entitled when you say this. You really do. You're sitting here talking about a footballer saying, "Oh yeah, a footballer should act like this, and he should be more like this, and he should be more like this, because if he does this, then he is a good person, and he's a good footballer by acting like this." That's entitlement. Basically, you're saying that the player has to act like how you want, or else he's a disgusting human being. Because that's what you just called him. Don't tell me I didn't say. You called him that. You said he's a disgusting human being. You just said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I'll be right back. Give me a sec.
I don't know. This guy just, he's insane, man. Like, honestly, in the double standard here, though, like, he's talking about Lamine Yamal being humble, and did he ever make a video like about Cristiano Ronaldo? Or that's the thing with Lamine, is like, Lamine, he's an incredible kid, and I love him because I used to really like Messi, but the thing with Messi was just too humble. We wanted more from him, and Lamine Yamal, it's like kind of like the kid in between them. It's like he's not as cocky as Cristiano, but he's also not as humble as Messi. So he's gonna speak. He's gonna be speaking. He's gonna express himself, and
he's well
it's
balanced.
insane.
He's
There's
well
a
balanced.
more balancing, and the fact that this guy is making a video on a 17-year-old kid who has not even an adult yet, it just speaks volumes to me, honestly.
I mean, because it shows you that, you know, that Lamine is a threat for the years coming. Like he knows that he's coming. For now, they're gonna embrace him losing. But once he hits the peak,
No, trust me,
before the
these guys
peak,
are gonna suffer. These people are gonna suffer, bro. But Yamal is gonna completely, bro. When Yamal hits his prime, oh my days, bro. Dude, these guys are cooked.
People are saying that Dewey is better than him. Dude, Dewey is 19 years old. He's 2 years older.
Let me tell you this.
What is Lamine gonna be in 2 years?
No, Miguel. You know what the problem thing is? They can only do that now because they know the prime is coming. The prime hasn't started yet. When the prime years of Yamal hits, what he's gonna do in football?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the funny part about it, Omar and Miguel, is that he's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the next Ansu Fati. I'm like, bro, relax. Bro.
Please, by all means, they can say whatever they want. Keep talking. Let's hear this.
And not backing it up is extremely arrogant and disgusting. I would like to be remembered as a legend in the history of Barça. I'll be a great legacy. Being part of the history of this great club is something incredible. Applause, Yamal, applause. These are the stuff you should be saying. These are the stuff you should be saying. And I just want to end on this quote right here from Rodri. He must continue, keep going, be humble. As Kendrick Lamar said, be humble, Yamal.
Sounds like a preacher, bro.
Wait a minute.
Like he's preaching the Bible or something.
He said, be humble. I don't understand, bro, this idea of Yamal's arrogance, where it really comes from. So yeah, the kid talks too much, but the kid, I've never heard the kid said, I'm the best in the world. If Yamal ever came out, I don't care even now. I know he's done a lot at his age, but I don't want to hear him ever say he's the best player in the world, because you are not the best player in the world yet. You have not reached that place.
Telling
yet,
your family that should be as happy as you were when you didn't have anything, now that you have money, to me, that's humble. Not talking or saying or not saying.
Bro, that is what every father, that's what every son should do for their father, bro. Give them a life. Give them the life that they never had, bro. Of course, he's gonna be proud for doing that. If I make it, let me tell you something to you guys. My father watches these streams. My father actually watches these streams all the time. My dad always texts me, gives me advice, tells me how I shouldn't stop, that I'm doing well for myself. Bro, my father is proud of the things that I do here. That's why I work hard, because I want to do well in this so that I can make my parents proud. Do you understand what I mean, right? That's why I do these things. So at the end of the day, being someone who sits there and talks about the fact that he's making his family proud, of course he is. Of course he is. Because that's what every son wants to do for their parents. You want to make your parents proud. That's what every child's dream should be. But let's finish this, man.
Humble. Hopefully everyone can leave this video understanding what an egoistic person Yamal has already turned out to be. I've seen Cristiano Ronaldo and Kylian Mbappe. He's touching their arrogance, but he's 17. Mbappe became this arrogant when he was like 23. Ronaldo, maybe even later. Yamal is 17 with this kind of arrogance. And one thing I can tell you with Mbappe, one main reason why his career has gone downhill for the past 3 seasons is because of his arrogance. It's because he thinks he's better than what he actually is. Arrogance will be the main stumbling block for Lamine Yamal reaching his true potential. And I'm going to be honest, obviously, I'm a PSG fan. I wouldn't want, Barca players to be amazing and everything. But I wouldn't have anything against Lamine Yamal. I would be able to, enjoy him as a football player. I'll be enjoying him as, the best talent there is in the world. But he makes it impossible because of this disgusting personality. I don't want to see any Barca fan.
You know what's funny, right? I'm just going to end it here. Let me just say this now, right? For a guy like you, Mo, Yamal can never change your mind. Because even if Yamal eventually just calms down, keeps his head down, plays football, wins trophies, you guys have already made up your mind on this kid. You understand what I mean? Like, your decision on this kid has already been made. You guys are gonna hate this guy no matter what he does. So if he accomplishes everything that he's set out for himself, bro, it doesn't matter.
Dude, I'll say this. Did arrogance end Cristiano Ronaldo's career?
Nope.
Did arrogance change
Ibrahimovic? Ibrahimovic was arrogant from day one. This brother has always said he's always been arrogant since he was.
What about Michael Jordan, bro? Did arrogance change his career in a negative way? What about Kobe Bryant? Kobe Bryant, dude, he worked just harder than everyone else. And when he was on that pitch, bro, he just better. He was just more prepared. He was just better and faster and stronger than you. And that's, at the end of the day, like, what's more important is how well you play that night. How well you day in and day out. How consistent are you day in and day out? There's so many players that are great, but they are not the best footballers because they are not consistent. And as long as you're consistently great, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter how arrogant. I don't like arrogant people. I don't like arrogant
I don't
players.
either.
But at the end of the day, it's like, it doesn't even matter, dude. The fact that you're arrogant has no direct correlation to how great you are going to be in your career.
See, Miguel, I'm just like you. I'm not sitting here saying I like arrogant people. I don't like arrogant people. I don't. You understand what I mean, right? Yeah. But we also have to understand what the term arrogance is, because I think a lot of people consider anyone who says anything good about themselves as arrogance. No, right? For me, if you're someone who is downright out of touch, you're so arrogant that you're out of touch, that you're narcissistic, right? I don't respect you, right? When you sit there and you look down upon others, blatantly look down upon others, right? Sitting there saying, I'm the best, this person's nowhere near me, you people are always this and this. I'm not for that. You understand what I mean, right?
Dude, if
when Ronaldo used to say, listen, when Ronaldo used to say he was the best player in the world, I never called him out on it, even if I didn't believe it. You understand what I mean, right? Yeah. However, when he would sit there and say, people hate me because I'm handsome and this, that's when I was like, you are a fucking douchebag. You know why people hate you, right? Because at that moment, it's like, no, we don't like you because you sound snub whenever you speak to people. Yeah. Whenever you talk.
Dude, if Dani Olmo would come out and say that he's the best player in the world, we would be the first to criticize him.
Yeah.
But the fact that Lamine Yamal is not only not saying it, but he actually looks like he can be the best player in the world. So that's the thing. Like Cristiano Ronaldo, nobody said anything because he was fuel to his fire and everyone saw his performances day in and day out. So nobody could say anything, even if he was arrogant. That's the thing. Like, if you're arrogant, like, for example, if you think that Lamine is arrogant, which he's not, I can prove it. There's so many instances where he's posted things before the game. That's his thing. Dude, Tom Brady used to do this thing where the most important games, he would post a hype video, right? It doesn't mean that's some people call it as arrogant. Some people call it just as hype, just getting you hyped up for the game. Like what Lamine is doing, that's more like hyping himself up for the game, not just being arrogant for just being arrogant, saying that he's the best player in the world. Like the day that Lamine says he's the best player in the world, I will be the first one to say, okay, he's becoming arrogant.
Yeah, exactly. For me as well. I'm gonna say, listen, I'm gonna be like, listen, even if he is, I don't think that's for you. Like you know, Messi used to say this perfectly well. He used to say, he was the perfect one to say, when people used to ask Messi, why do you never call yourself the best player in the world, even though you know how good you are? He always used to say, I will let my football do the talking. You understand what I mean, right? That's what I want you to do. If you're someone that lets your football do the talking, yes, you can hype up. You can say, yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm excited. Yeah, let's get it done. This and this and this. There's nothing wrong with any of that. You understand what I mean, right?
Messi was just wired different, bro. Messi is just a different breed.
When you are the best player in the world, you don't even have to say it. You just know that you are.
Yeah.
And Yamal doesn't say he's the best. He's never once come out and said, I'm the best player in the world. I'm going to win the Ballon d'Or. I deserve the Ballon d'Or. Or this and this and this.
And if he does, and if he does, I'll be the first to say, okay, bro, I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Yeah.
You said you're the best. You have to go out and do it. You have to go out and perform, right? So that's the thing.
Exactly.
Like, you can't just say that. If you want to go out and say that, well, you better do it, because otherwise, you know, you just look like a dumbass.
Yeah, because I mean, knows that our fan base have no mercy on our own players when they don't perform. He knows that. So exactly. So,
Exactly, bro. You've seen it. You've seen the way we've been treating some of the players that we have here. So yeah, clearly we are not afraid to turn on our players when they don't.
Michael Jordan was so arrogant. He would make stuff up. He would say, Omar said that I'm a bad defensive player, so I got Omar. I got 1-on-1, and you'd be like, no, well, I didn't say it. No. I heard you say it. Like, he will make stuff up, dude. That is arrogance. Okay.
Yeah, there you
So,
go.
like the fact that Lamine just posted something before the game that has nothing to do with being arrogant, bro. That just fuel to your fire to be prepared, to be focused.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, big up to every single one of you guys, man. Listen, we've done like 3 hours, man. This is probably one of the longest panel streams I've had in a while. But big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to Barça Volumes channel. I'll put the links on all these guys' channels in the description when I'm done. But I'll put big up to my guy Jonas, big up to NJ, big up to Abs, and every other person who joined here. Big up to every single one of you guys. This has been the Camp Nou Confidential show, guys. I'm going to be trying to do all these shows more regularly, guys, right? Because basically any big news or any big talk that's coming out of Barcelona, right, as far as a statement, and we're going to get into it. We're going to bring the panel. We're going to talk about it. But big up to every single one of you guys. It says NJ. I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
No. I don't have a channel. No,
you have a channel, but
if you want.
Hey, listen, man, he's around. He's around. If you ever doing a show and you want him around, bro, you can just reach out to him. But yeah, man, listen, guys. This stream, let me see who's live right now. There's a few people that are live. I'm gonna try to send you all to is Reno still live? Let me see. Yeah, Reno is still live. Okay, guys, I'm gonna send you all to Reno's channel, guys. Go put Omar BYT rate in the comments.
Thank you, man, for having me.
Big up to you guys. Big up to NJ. Big up to Barça Volume, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys who's been here from the start of the stream. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, guys. And yeah, guys, this will be redirecting you all to Reno's channel. Put Omar BYT rate in the comment section. And peace, you guys. Take care.